to bat. What do we think is going to happen, gentlemen?
I'm still going to stick with India, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than that. I think T20 anyway gets it closer, but I'm still going to stick with India.
One word, who's winning?
India gets 171.
And wins, I think. Right, the live action is coming up.
One-day series 2-1. And as we just heard from Ajit Agarkar in that extra innings show, it might be a little closer in the shorter format. Got Dushmanta Chamira and a lot of incumbents from that one-day team in this as well. First ball. Oh, beautiful delivery. Is that an outside edge? Yes. Celebration is on and Prithvi Shaw has gone to a swinging one outside the off stump. What a start and what a delivery. First up.
Yeah, all that build-up. Prithvi Shaw with his first game. It's an excellent ball. Full, fast and swinging. It's flown to the keeper. It's the start Sri Lanka was looking for. Chamira has provided that. He's got that special ability. Prithvi Shaw gone for a knot. India one down now.
LHS is equal to RHS. समझा ब्रो?
कॉन्सेप्ट समझाने लगा है. क्या बात है.
फोन के लिए नहीं ठोका. बात क्या है?
ब्रेक ले ले यार पार्टनर.
समझ के पढ़ते हैं तो इनका दिल लग जाता है और पेरेंट्स से पार्टनर तक का फासला तय हो जाता है. बायजूस डाउनलोड नाउ.
खून पसीना एक करके तूने अपना घर बनाया, संभाल उसे. कहां से लाई है हीरा? हीरा मोती नहीं है, ये तूफान है.
देखिए तूफान सिर्फ Amazon प्राइम वीडियो पर.
जब दिलों को जीतने की कला आ गई, तब समझना कामयाब हो तुम. पान बहार, पहचान कामयाबी की.
When you pay your credit card bills on Cred, you earn Cred coins. Use them to claim cashback and rewards. I know this sounds ridiculous.
It's like saying Rahul Dravid has anger issues.
Hey! That doesn't mean you can overtake. Come, man, come. You come.
Could have gone straight and taken it.
Cars 24 is best in the whole world, यार. यहाँ फाइनेंसिंग ऑप्शंस इतने सॉलिड है कि सारे पैसे लोन में मिल सकते हैं. हमें फाइनेंस से नहीं फियांस से चाहिए.
Cars 24, a whole new world of cars.
The fantastic talent. Dushmanta Chamira running in. Very similar delivery, handled much better by Sanju Samson. So very forgettable T20 international debut for Prithvi Shaw. Out first ball.
Can't do much as a batsman. I think as a bowler, it's exactly want to get it full, get it to swing a little bit. He's late on it, and the pace does the rest. Stuck to the crease, but that late swing, because it's so full, doesn't give him a chance. Ideal first ball to any batsman.
You're right. I mean, if you want to be really hard and find some mistake that the batter would have made, there would be something that you could
one day is gripped a little bit. This looks like a better surface.
I think you're right. They looked at the pitch and felt that maybe this surface is a little different from the one that we saw in the one day where the ball was turning for all spinners. So you've got Akila Dhananjaya who'll turn the ball. Hasaranga gladly is back for Sri Lanka. From what I've read, Ashan Bandara bowls a bit of leg spin, but he's more a batting all-rounder. And seamers, they've got Dasul Shanaka who'll take the pace off. Dushmantha Chameera will bowl quick, and Isuru Udana is back. More seasoned T20 bowler.
I think this is a better selection, better balance. Not spin heavy. We saw that in that last one day in particular. In T20 cricket, it's only been one run out. Manish Pandey in the one day series. Shanaka was bowling.
Good running. Slightly mistimed shot. Gives you a little bit of time before the fielder comes in.
Arthur said after that last one day, he does hit the bat much harder than we think. Sri Lanka, he's had a really good series, so should be confident. And Karunaratne, both impressive.
And he was one of, in fact, these two were two of the four players that Mickey Arthur mentioned that impressed him a lot in that one day series when he had a chat with us after the game. Charge from Dhawan. Is that going to be 4 runs? Yes. It's a 4 to finish the over. It's 12 for 1 India. Over for Chameera. Sanju Samson loves space, and that's a terrific shot. Couple of consecutive boundaries for India. Shikhar Dhawan last ball, last over. Now we're seeing a slight drizzle with the black background. What a shot this is.
He does that. Top of the order. We've seen him do it in the IPL. It's a great opportunity, this. Talent is never in question. It's a cracking shot that. It's a quick bowler running at you.
So the credit power play in effect, and has been a rewarding one for the batting side despite the loss of 1 wicket. It could be rewarding for you too. Pay your credit card bills via the Cred app during the Cred power play, and you could win 100% cash back. 16 for 1 India. And we are in the 3rd over. Good move, I thought, by India to send Samson in. Right-hander out. Put Samson out there early when the ball is coming onto the bat.
A great finish to that previous over from Shikhar Dhawan. That's why he's become so good in T20 cricket. Exactly what the bowler was trying to do. The length was short of length. Uses his feet. It's a good bumper. It's a good bumper. It's probably hit him in the helmet. The physio will have a look.
Got a good position as well, Sanju Samson, because he plays the pull shot pretty well. But I think there will be a little break here. 16 for 1.
because that's tight on off stump. He really has played that quite skillfully. He's just allowed the ball to come to him. Angle it down to third man.
When we were out there before play, it was very pleasant. Good breeze blowing across. Looking at Chamira's t-shirt, sticking onto him, looks very muggy. There is still a strong breeze.
Hits the bat hard. 142 kilometers an hour. And there's some serious heat there. Yeah, I think the outfield will be a little bit sluggish. This morning there was some heavy downpours. There's a little bit of fear that there might be some rain this evening. We hope that stays away.
The morning rain wouldn't affect the outfield actors because they tend to cover the ground. The covers come on, so well protected. It's looking beautiful, really.
Three gone, 18-4.
MTR Badam drink with pieces of real California almonds, saffron and milk. Whether you're hungry or thirsty, fill up with delicious goodness and feel good. New MTR Badam drink in 3 fabulous varieties.
Now launching MTR Badam Turmeric drink with the goodness of turmeric and badam in every sip with the power of 10 spices. Enjoy your favorite haldi doodh from MTR.
Trees throughout.
Strange you mentioned South Africa in the drawn series. Great record. India ranked 2 in the world. England right on top. Sri Lanka down at 9. Just as in the ODIs, they've not had much joy. Did win a game in the West Indies. Akila Dhananjay swept first ball and swept well. One over to Chamika Karunaratne and Sri Lanka opting for the spinner.
Bowled really nicely in the previous one-day international, but this will be challenging inside the first 6 overs because just that those 2 fielders allowed out and tricky where to put them. He's decided he's going to have a long off and a deep mid-wicket. Those are his 2 boundary riders.
Had his issues with his action. This is his latest comeback. And had a mid-start, I'd say, in the West Indies is when he played with the remodeled action. Picked up a hat-trick. Oh, good running. Very good from Sanju Samson. He was running to the danger end. The 3 left-handers he picked up were Evan Lewis, Chris Gale and Nicholas Pooran. But in the very next over that he bowled to Karen Pollard, he got hit for 6 sixes.
That's 4 more. 4 more. Good over this for India so far. Already 10 from it.
Trying to bowl tight rather than give him any room, but Shikhar Dhawan goes with the angle. Rolling on nicely. So a hat-trick followed by 6 sixes. Come on, Akers. What do you make of that? Make some sense of that.
Gotta love T20. Only in T20. Big sharp, big sharp. No interest.
The angle would have been missing leg, and that's what Akila Dhananjay seems to be telling the wicketkeeper Minod Bhanukar. That was a little quicker.
Very excited. If he hits his trouble, he doesn't. Sanju Samson survives. It was a nervous single. 4 gone, 29 for 1. It just didn't get far enough off the square, did it? The keeper was able to move swiftly away to his right, pick up and throw, and he would have been gone. Donna placing the fast man, Chamira. Just medium pace.
Variety of slow balls in his repertoire. It's Udana and plenty of experience. The opportunity in the last over. Straight off the pad. Could have steadied himself a little bit. Vinod Bhanukar. That's the second time he survived. Sanju Samson. India picking up that rate, now above 7.
It's over cover. So sliced away, so it'll just be 1.
We had this shout in the Akhle Dhananjay over. There you go. Going on with the arm. Good call from umpire Vimala Siri. And also the Sri Lankans not to review that because they did get excited.
A fine leg and third man up in the circle, which means that the left armer can't really bowl seam up across the right-hander. So we just sort of use that angle to get it past third man. You might see pace taken off the ball. Has it carried? Has it carried? He loves the catch. They're going to have a little look upstairs. They're going to have a little look upstairs. But if he's taken that, that is a sensational catch.
Avishka Fernando. Because that was hit real hard and it was low. Let's have a look for the soft signal which the umpires reckon is a no. Let's have a listen. He's very confident, Avishka Fernando. That was brilliant because it was hit so hard. Geez, that would be massive for the Sri Lankans. Getting rid of Sanju Samson. Oh, what do you make of that? What do you make of that? The soft signal is no.
I'm going to go with not out. I think that bounces just before his fingers.
I think I'm with you because it looks like it's bouncing into his hands. And at the pace it was hit, him picking it off the ground, would have smashed his fingers. That also didn't happen. But he saved his team 4. That was racing away. I think the right decision.
Yeah, let's also just clarify that the fielder in that situation won't have any idea. The ball is hit hard, he's diving forward. There's a point where he will not be able to tell whether that ball has bounced or not.
You're dead right. It's that blind area just in front. He feels it hit right into the palm, so he goes up. Good over so far from Udana. But real time. That's what you need to look at that at, because it was flying.
And that is hit right out the middle of the bat. And it just bounces, and you can see where it goes into his hands, quite high up in his hands. It's not on the fingers. And so it would have just bounced off the surface. He wouldn't have known. Did well to stop it. That's how well it was hit.
Well, deep point was there for Shikhar Dhawan when he was on strike previously. Not now. Deep square leg, long on. The two outside the circle.
Pace taken off the ball. He just has a swing at the Indian captain, and will get two. The spirals over cover. Yes, he took pace off, but a dangerous line to bowl with no protection on the offside.
Yes, it was dangerous, but making Shikhar Dhawan reach for it. Probably bowled it there because Dhawan could be thinking that that's a line he's going to stay away from. And the tendency Dhawan has to go leg side-ish. It's good from Udana. Making sure he doesn't leak the boundary. It's somewhat damage control. 5 off 5. Bottom of the bat. Gets enough. Just enough.
Final ball of the 5th. It's been a good over. It's been invented. Yes, there's 5 from it, but he's varied his pace well. Beautifully struck, but again, bowled well to the field. Long way out there, but it'll just be a single. Good fielding in the deep. That's 5 gone now, 35 for 1.
Here comes Instagram money transfer, and that's a 6! Send money and get a total of $60 bonus with your first 2 Instagram money transfers. Use coupon code GET60. Instagram. Send money, get 60.
For India in this opening T20, Prithvi Shaw out for what we might term a diamond duck off the first ball of the match. Such an exciting bat to watch. We'll miss his presence on the pitch, of course. Right now, the skipper in the company of Sanju Samson going along. Well, that's the first big hit, and that's massive. Straight behind the bowler, and well beyond the side screen as well. Sanju Samson dancing down. Brilliant, caught it really well.
Yeah, what a shot. Down the track, clean swing, picking it early. Not an easy bowler to come down to. Akila Dhananjaya. It's gone a long way.
91 meters, sweet strike. Oh, done some damage to Akila there. That was a delivery he'd like to forget, but Sanju Samson might think he's missed out on another boundary there.
The art of running down late to a good bowler.
Up in the air and the gap. And, it's a wonderful looking shot, but it had this element of danger.
He got up to a similar shot in that third ODI, but that was to a left arm spinner. But this one, again flighted, waited on it, went aerial, found the gap. That's the most important thing, knowing your fielder and trying to play a shot which you want to perfection.
Much better, straighter, giving Samson no room, and the skipper goes for the 2. Well done.
A couple of interesting expressions from the captain. He was not happy with what he did the previous ball. This was much flatter from Akila Dhananjaya. But the timing good enough to place it in the gap for the fielders to run in. In the meantime, both batsmen scampered.
Could take two again here if Shikhar Dhawan wants, and he does. Much easier this time. The throw came in short, so Dhawan could have been in a little bit of trouble. Good running.
Yeah, I suppose the reason why he was upset was because he bowled leg spin when he had long on. A couple of leg spinners, you would rather think that you would bowl your off spinners, because the long on and deep mid wicket are the fielders you have.
We'll try and get you that a little later. A couple of balls left in this over, already very expensive at 15. Well done off his own bowling. Wasn't hit hard though.
Hey, just look at that leg spin with long on and deep mid wicket. Another leg spin. He goes inside out. The mid off is inside the circle, so the captain wasn't happy.
And drifting down leg. Well, he does have the feel for it, but another easy single. So very expensive over for Akila. 16 off it, 51 for 1.
Astrology and numerology can revitalize your positive energy and the relentless human spirit to win against all odds. Regain your positivity and inner strength. Call me today. Together, we will arrive at a better tomorrow.
End of the power play. India 51 for 1, losing a wicket off the very first delivery of the match. But then it's all been pretty good. That last over, of course, magnificent. 16 off it. I wonder if Akila will get another over. Now, of course, he'll come back.
Again, he should. Look, he has bowled 2 tough overs, which is what he did even the last time around. Vanindu Hasaranga didn't play the third ODI with an injury. Back in the team, was the star in that second ODI, nearly pulled a game in Sri Lanka's favour, bowled outstandingly well. Again, bowled the difficult overs, Vanindu Hasaranga. So you can't actually blame Akila Dhananjaya. The only thing you can blame him is for the choice of deliveries which he bowled with the kind of fielders he had. If he had long off and extra cover, I still understand. But with long on and deep mid wicket, you stick to your strengths, you stick to your off spin, because that's what you do. You can bowl both.
Always rough for spinners, particularly in the power play. Just very little cover. But of course, more cover now. Long on, long off in place. Deep square. Oh, well ball. Possibly a wicket off the first delivery. Well done indeed. Sanju Samson in forward for a defensive shot. There was a gap between bat and the ball striking him probably plumb in front. No hesitation for the umpire.
Yeah, the customary checking up with your non-striker, but Sanju Samson realized that he had played over it, played all over it. Vanindu Hasaranga continuing from where he left off, sorry, in the previous ODI, and Sanju Samson dead as a duck. Strikes of the very first delivery he bowls. Sri Lanka cock a hoop. Sanju Samson walks back. India 51 for 2. Sanju Samson goes for 27.
MTR Badam drink with pieces of real California almonds, saffron and milk. Whether you're hungry or thirsty, fill up with delicious goodness and feel good. New MTR Badam drink in 3 fabulous varieties.
Now launching MTR Badam Turmeric Drink with the goodness of turmeric and badam in every sip with the power of 10 spices. Enjoy your favorite haldi doodh from MTR.
Came in, but Surya Yadav read it well. He's the new man in for India. Loves batting at number 4. That's his preferred position. And hasn't he had a wonderful one-day international series earlier here today. But here's a wicket. No spin there. And and just going straight on to the middle. Well bowled indeed. You were talking about how Hasaranga is a really tough unit and he delivered first ball for Sri Lanka. Every top order wicket's important, but when somebody's set at 27 as Sanju was, that's a big one.
He's such a fabulous player to watch, Sanju Samson, oozing with all the talent. It's again the frustration of these starts and letting go of them, isn't it, Charu? Just look at the way the ball careens off that bat. It's just impeccable timing. Just flies off the bat. And if you look at that shot again, it was not as if he was trying to play either a defense. It was one of those shots where you're half-cocked with your front foot. It's a prod and you're trying to work it for a single and you play it all over it and you know it.
Yeah, I think he did look, I did have a sick look on his face, saying, what did I do? And so well set, there it is again, no turn, trying to whip it, flick it, but a little too late on it too.
He knew exactly. Immediately, as you glance up, you know where you're looking at. You see that dreaded finger going up. Again, 46 looked so good in that one-day game.
Slices off the outer half of the bat and they'll probably get two. Otherwise, he knew what he was doing, trying to go by extra cover. He likes to boss the bowling, does Surya Yadav, and generally does it. 7 gone, 55 for 2.
I made you some coffee and I have a surprise for you. Your favorite? Okay. Samosas. Thank you.
परसों से प्यार जताने का तरीका हल्दीराम्स।
Samson gone for 27 earlier. Prithvi Shaw, a big blow straight up for India, out first ball of the match. And now Surya Kumar Yadav in the company of the skipper, who's motoring along reasonably well. No really big shots by Dhawan just yet. The bowling's being decent. As we get another change, Shanaka comes in. Surya Yadav had a wonderful one-day international series, but look at what he's done in T20 so far. An incredible strike rate of 184 now. As he goes along, that might reduce, but the indication is that he looks for runs all the time. An average of 46 so far, but like I said, not too many matches. Very hard boy, tough cricketer. An incredible amount of confidence. It oozes out of every pore, the confidence when he walks into the crease. Of course, he could have built a big one in the one-day internationals, wasn't able to, so maybe he has half a point to prove.
Yeah, I think the kind of things you mentioned, Charu, I just get the feeling that he's perfected the art of being busy without looking busy. He's such a busy cricketer, but you don't feel him being hurried about anything.
That's a special skill. The next thing you know, he's batting 30 not out and say, how did he get those runs? Where did he get those runs from? I know Manish Pandey didn't get too many in the one-days, but he too is very busy. But maybe Surya hits a lot bigger. Down leg. Nobody in the infield.
Another wonderful batsman hailing from these parts, had that knack, Mahela Jayawardene. He never felt that he was batting in anger.
That one striking at 120 so far. I sense a slight frustration because even in the one day, of course, you have more time there. Sometimes you're a little behind the 8 ball in terms of the strike rate, but his overall strike rate is very, very good, Shikhar Dhawan's. And there's still plenty of time, you'll think. But just a quick reminder that there was this myth, if I can say so, with all respect in cricket, that the cricketer always knows if he's caught it fair or not. And that's been bust the last few seasons, last few years, because of technology. And hopefully now the world of cricket will realize that technology is particularly useful here. Not always so, because there's some visual parallaxes at times if the squares are higher. Not suggesting he's a 360 yet, but Surya Yadav loves playing behind the keeper, loves the ramp at times. Could have been a wide. He looked high enough.
Yeah, it was a close shave there. You know, whether the umpire was looking at whether he crouched and then he straightened up, went in favor of the bowler, which is fine. I don't mind it going in favor of the bowler every now and then.
Good for Sri Lanka so far, 3 of it. And there'll be just one more. 8 gone, 59 for 2.
A lot can happen with a simple share your ideas, tell your story, connect to all of your social media in one place, get people excited, change here, update there, to get connected, to share, and sell anywhere. Just and start making a different future. Start different at GoDaddy.com.
Chamira was electrifying, easily the fastest bowler on show here in this series. He really cranked it up. And for all his hard work, a wicket of his very first delivery. Only Dhananjay a touch expensive. Hasaranga too, a wicket of his first delivery. Comes back for another over. Ripped away in the gap, and that's 4. Nice dive put in. Long on, but with the ball skidding through, Udana was always going to be second best.
Yeah, never ceases to amaze you with that wrist work. Just look at that late and then that whippage. That power coming through at the last nanosecond. Outstanding once again from Surya Kumar Yadav.
I have to term that a half helicopter. Certainly the extra wind-up.
What is it, a half heli?
Just a heli, not a copter. Because after you finish the shot, there's an extra flourish. One more circle at the back, indicating that it was more wrists than sheer power. Same shot again, in the gap, but not hit quite so well. 22 against right-handers, only 5 against left-handers, so a clear preference there. Also the economy rate, under 6 and 9. Well, for the moment he does have a left-hander there in the Indian skipper. Turns it away quite efficiently. I think at this stage, the way Surya is striking her, it could be a game plan that the skipper saying, well, Surya, you farm it. Well, we see some drops there, a drizzle, pretty steady now, so the men who man the covers, and the umpires will be looking at this drizzle very keenly. Short, and that had to be put away in the gap. And Surya Yadav helps himself to another boundary of a ball that deserved one.
Yeah, very rarely do we see Vanindu Hasaranga make that kind of a mistake, and Surya Kumar Yadav plays good shots of good deliveries, and this was a loose one. Comfortably put away, comfortably placed, watched it late, and just look at the speed at which it goes.
Fuller this time, trying to compensate for that short delivery. Once again, Udana pressed into service. 11 off that over, 9 gone, 70 for 2.
सांबर का वही असली स्वाद, माँ का भरोसा।
सॉफ्ट गुलाब जामुन की वही बढ़िया क्वालिटी, माँ का भरोसा।
वाह, रवा इडली जो बनी है सेफ प्रोसेस और भरोसे से, मेरा भरोसा।
90 साल से MTR देता आया है प्रोडक्ट्स जो दे असली स्वाद, बढ़िया क्वालिटी, सेफ्टी के साथ।
माँ का भरोसा।
India scoring at 7.78 right now. 2 good overs, the 7th and the 8th, including a wicket. That was Hasranga's first ball in his first over. And what's par score here? Well, I do remember, thanks to Mazhar, that the average first inning score is about 164 at this ground the last few matches. So let's treat that as par and see where the Indians go. Nearly the halfway stage. And if they're anywhere around 75-80, then it could well be in excess of 64. Of course, depends on so many factors. Udana changing ends from the Malagawate now to the Ketarama end.
It was interesting hearing the captains at the toss for me, and also what HD said in the first inning. So many people vying for spots from both sides, trying to build up the momentum. It'll also be interesting what the protocols are going forward for World T20, the number of players allowed in a squad, the number of the total strength of the squad. What a shot, what a shot. Full toss, but dealt with.
Was powered through extra cover. And the skipper's there, Dasun. And there was very little he could do, but hoped that the fielder long gone could run around from the sweet spot. And look at that again, just angling the bat away, showing that that's exactly where he intended to go. He did very well.
You know, one of the reasons why he's such a busy player or a tough batsman to bowl to is because of that wrist work. And that wrist is able to maneuver shots, manufacture shots in fine gaps.
That was certainly not the usual shot that one would play, but he knew he'd be very safe behind the bowler.
Look, there could be other batsmen who just patted back to the bowler and sometimes just played along the ground, but because of his wrist work, he's so good at late use. And that's one of the reasons why he's also very good against spinners, Charu. Just look at that. He comes in and everything is intentional. Just look at that. It is at last minute. You feel as if he's doing it early, but it's at the last minute. And I've bowled to lots of batsmen who were such good players with the wrist that you feel that if they play with hard hands, it goes straight to the fielder. But there are certain guys with those wrists, you feel as if it's going to the fielder, but it misses them always. And that's why it's so tough to bowl to.
Yeah, we talk about his wrists, but also his vision, because piercing the gaps is the key, and knowing that you have the confidence to clear the infield gives you the power of commitment. Otherwise, you're always wondering, it's hopeless to get out to a catch, say at the 30-yard ring, but he's very good at that.
I think most people are going to wonder if I keep waxing lyrical every time he walks into bat. But just to finish on that number of people being required, I'm getting to hear that it's 30 in a squad. It could include players and support staff for the ICC World T20.
It takes a village. He moved away, tried to shape it behind point. That's a number. In the old days of maybe 15 to a squad and just a few support members, you know, that's gone now. Here's a quick look at what's to come for India. Ishan, of course, had a terrific ODI debut on birthday, getting a 50. He got injured a bit, but he's obviously fine now. Hardik, maybe not 100%. He says he is, and the older brother coming in at number 7 who quite fancies his batting. We get back to that squad composition, but these are strange times, and I think that's a response to the fact that anything may happen, and then you can't be looking to get players from home. They need to be there at the venue. Oh, again, brilliantly done, but there is a sweeper. And balls while collecting, so that should give them time for 2. Halfway stage, India, 78 for 2.
Here comes Insta Red Money Transfer, and that's a 6! Send money and get a total of $60 bonus with your first 2 Instagram money transfers. Use coupon code GET60. Instagram. Send money, get 60.
Captain stands firm. He's unbeaten on 27. India 78 for 2. They poised, but we know that this is a high-scoring ground. Be sure Sanju Samson back in the hut. Good fielding. They've been good in the outfield, Sri Lanka. They've been very busy. They're certainly up for the contest here this evening. Looks very comfortable at the wicket, Surya Kumar Yadav. Clever, very clever.
Clever indeed, Surya Kumar Yadav. Looks like he's a class of himself. Surya Kumar Yadav, the entire one-day series, as well as his good batting, short fine leg in. Sandy the fact that's Chami Karunaratne with a third man behind as well, going to slow ball and premeditating and got it spot on, bisecting the short fine fielder and the wicket keeper. Chami Karunaratne showing his variations. He's outsmarted by Surya Kumar Yadav with his experience. After that stroke, deep square leg comes in and short fine leg drops back to deep fine leg.
You mentioned that he's got a full array of variations, and I think that's what made the shot by Yadav so impressive as well, was that he had to create the pace because it was a slower ball. And normally when batters are trying to play the scoop shot or lap it or just run it down to third man, they need pace to work with. So he had to create his own pace because of the lack thereof. Finally, third man in the circle.
Also, Chami Karunaratne, following his progress for a while. The slow balls or leg cut on the off guard developed recently. It's mainly a bowler who's hitting the deck hard, being aggressive. And now, this is what we were talking about. Well planned and bisecting the short fine leg and the wicket keeper. Calculated risk. You see the scoring areas for Surya Kumar Yadav in the limit overs matches. I mean, he's all round player, isn't it? Runs everywhere. This time turn. Oh, it's a good effort there by Ashin Bandar, one of the best fielders in the Sri Lankan team. And again, another slow deal by Chami Karunaratne.
He's trying to work this through the leg side. He gets one of those thick outside edges. But he's on the edge of the circle. So diving forward just out of reach. Final ball of the 11th. Wide ball.
Just getting a bit carried away, Chami Karunaratne with slow deliveries. This time, seeing Surya Kumar Yadav going one knee, and the ball upside was a bit too far away for the umpire's liking. Good call by Kumar Dharmasan as well. Being predictable with Chamika.
Just must be a single to end the 11th. This one was seam up, 87 for 2.
खाना मंगाए फलाफल हॉट डॉग बस कर यार तेरा ही शौक था ना यूएस में पढ़ेंगे
यार घर के खाने की बड़ी याद आ रही है
सच में तू ये ले
आलू के पराठे
परसों से प्यार जताने का तरीका हल्दीराम्स
struck with the very first ball of the T20 International. Found the outside edge of Prithvi Shaw, sent him back for a duck. Was very impressive, 1 for 10 of just his 2 overs. He's been a little bit expensive.
Leg spinner to start with. Akila, now it's going back to Chamu Karna being breakable with the slow deliveries. Understand why Chamu Karna bowled more slow deliveries to Surya Kumar Yadav. Surya Kumar Yadav likes the pace on ball, but sometimes you need to trust your abilities as well, not to be too predictable.
Got it. Has he got it? You bet he has. All the way.
Oh, what a shot against the spin. This time Captain Shikhar Dhawan chancing his arms, middling it, and that went far, a lot far. 25 meters away from the boundary as well. There you go. Not to pitch out the ball, but still went through it. The first 6 in 3 innings.
The sound that made off the bat. No idea why I doubted where it was going to end up.
Tossing the wicket. It's a perfect example. Bowling far from behind, delivered by Akila Dhananjay. Shikhar Dhawan middling it.
When you talk about variations, what about where he lets the ball go from?
Could be all like new things happening in cricket. Akila Dhananjay.
Boundary out there towards the leg side. You understand why they pushed that first one hard. Just a slight misfield and they'll scamper through for 2. India are starting to get a move on here. 9 from the over, 4 deliveries gone. The mystery spinner, Akila, is coming under pressure. He's gone for 35 and he hasn't completed 3. And that should be 4 as well. That's beautifully struck.
Giving too much air, Akila Dhananjay. Too much flight for a set batsman. I think Captain Dasun Sharma will definitely have a word with Akila. Trying another googly this time. But Shikhar Dhawan echoed the task. Flat bats it. They're the hardest strokes to play in cricketing book. And the Indian 100 comes up as well with that.
There's no such thing as being done in the flight anymore. I mean, he wasn't near the ball. It was wide of off. He just flat batted it. He's playing smart. He's playing really smart, the Indian captain.
A new era of American cricket starts now. The inaugural Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sling takes place nationwide this summer. Watch live on Willow.tv. Toyota Minor League Cricket, brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Presented by Sling TV, home of Desi Entertainment.
Fresh has gone for 35 and he hasn't completed 3.
For a set batsman. I think Captain Dasun Sangha will definitely have a word with Akila. Trying another googly this time. But Shikhar Dhawan equals the task. Flat bats it. That's the hardest stroke to play in cricketing book, and Indian 100 comes up as well with.
I mean, he wasn't near the ball. It was wide of off, so he just flat batted it. He's playing smart.
Teams, 21 cities, over 200 games, one T20 national champion. A new era of American cricket starts now. The inaugural Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sling takes place nationwide this summer. Watch live on Willow.tv. Toyota Minor League Cricket, brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Presented by Sling TV, home of Desi Entertainment and Cricket.
Dasun Sangha has got some thinking to do now because Akila's gone around the park. He does have options. This fellow's a welcome return to the Sri Lankan side.
Saw him coming early, dragging it down that time by Vanidhu Hasaranga. I think the next 2 overs of Vanidhu Hasaranga are going to have a big impact in this game. It's important to keep chipping away wickets with a strong batting lineup as India. See the 50-year partnership to Suryakumar Yadav and Shikhar Dhawan. Suryakumar Yadav scoring the bulk of the runs. And also talking about Akila Dhananjaya, I think Dasun Sangha bowling 1 over. The 4 overs quota has been done.
Shikhar Dhawan likes playing against Sri Lanka. Career average of 28. Average against Sri Lanka is 47 and climbing. Sent back, no run.
The ball to his field, but a bigger boundary to the leg side, to the left-hander, Vanidhu Hasaranga. Bowling slightly leg stumpish, understanding how strong Shikhar Dhawan can be in the offside.
Not as Suryakumar. Oh.
Premeditated. Surya. Slide this time by Vanidhu, showing his complete repertoire in this over. Playing to the field, Suryakumar Yadav. Got a short boundary on the left side, targeting that.
A replica of the shot he played previously in the over. He gets the same result, 1 from it. So 13 gone, 105 for 2.
A lot can happen with a simple tell your story. Get people excited to get connected, to share, and .com.
Surrender.
Seven overs to go. Definitely 2 overs from Dushpanta, 2 from Isru.
Very handy economy rate for the Sri Lankan Hasaranga. Under 7s. I'll tell you what, under 7s. That's priceless in T20 cricket. Bumrah, 6.3.
Swept away. He's found the gap. He's found the gap and he's hit it well enough.
Played the field again by Surya. Standing the short leg, about a short square leg, going over the top. You see a slight whistle in the background. This is very good batting, calculated risk. Most importantly, finding that gap.
It's almost as if he knows that there are big gaps just other side the men in a circle. So he just tries to clear them. I mean, he's just hit that straight over deep square leg.
It just shows how on top of his game Surya is going on his merry way, even though limited overs games. You see another slow delivery by Surudana. Missed them outside the off stump. Playing early Surya. Just in a different class, isn't he?
Just almost close to 50% of the deliveries have been slower ones. It's flicked away, worked away. Find a way to hit you where I want to.
Famous helicopter shot. These are much fuller by Surudana.
Well, that's not a good sight. Let's hope it's a passing shower. That just hit the foot marks and bounced a little. Ground staff getting ready. They tend to know exactly what's going
on. HT definitely hit the foot marks. Good length by Surudana as well. It's important not to give that length, the hitting length, to the two-set batsman. Trying to go fuller.
Chance in the deep, chance in the deep. Oh, we nearly misjudged that as well. They're just finding the gap. This is not going to be easy. It's just going to soften the seam, make it difficult for the spinners to grip the ball, make it difficult for the seamers to bowl their slower balls. It's not come at the right time for them.
And also for a leg spinner. Lanka. Surudana, important final delivery.
Again, they find gaps out there.
Here comes Instagram money transfer, and that's a six! Send money and get a total of $60 bonus with your first two Instagram money transfers. Use coupon code GET60. Instagram, send money, get 60.
Certainly very, very busy. They feel as though they're going to get called into action any second now. $14 gone. 113 for two. Two batters that are in. Shikhar Dhawan unbeaten on 46. Surya Kumar is unbeaten on 37. Both have played well.
Shikhar Dhawan finds a lone fielder at deep score. Ashwin Bandara. It's a good running catch. The most important wicket for the Sri Lankans, the two fitting batsmen going their own merry way.
Man in the deep. He has to make up a little bit to his right, but holds on to it, and yes, you should celebrate. A first of many, maybe, for Karunaratne. The 113 for three. Man in the deep. He has to make up a little bit to his right, but holds on to it. And yes, you should celebrate. A first of many, maybe, for Karunaratne. The 113 for 3. Wide.
Sri Lanka. That's a wicket again. Nice picked up by Shekhar. Unfortunately, not timing it. For find of the series for sure.
Boundary out there. Pace off again.
Hardik Pandya at the box office. Hardik.
And he knows there's plenty of space square of the wicket.
He got the change, slight change the field as well after that stroke. Shot finally comes in. Shot square leg, goes to deep square leg. Karunaratne. We have become predictable by Chamika. In his defense, he's bowling to the field, got a big boundary to the offside. Bowling outside the off stump with the slow balls. We've seen this many times.
They'll push hard. They'll want to. They'll want to. Pandya says no. He wasn't running to the danger.
Eight runs so far in this over from Chamika. Got to bowl his quota of 4 overs. Good mention. Brings the balance to the team, Chamika. Kohli could bowl 4 overs, come in the later and hit the 6 sixes.
Different class at the moment. As soon as guys connect these days, it's only going one place. Another really good 50.
Miscued, head is down. I think this is going to be out. Yes, catch taken. Hasaranga, the man for Sri Lanka. There's some real bright sparks in the Sri Lankan camp. He's one of those. And typical Suryakumar Yadav reaction. He stays at the pitch for a while before he starts walking.
Get beaten again. Exceptional bowling from Hasaranga.
दूर ना जा पाओगे विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
नेक्स्ट ये कॉन्फिडेंस ये चलेगा पूरे 60 मिनट्स के लिए नई सेंटर फ्रेश मिंट्स क्लीन ब्रेथ यानी फ्रेश ब्रेथ कॉन्फिडेंस 60 मिनट्स के लिए
चाहा था जो मुझे मिल गया
Rajnivas flavored pan masala.
Chamira Karunaratne, two players who seem to have an excellent temperament for this form of the game. Hardik Pandya, such an important outing for him. turn, he gets a single. Gets off the mark, Hardik Pandya. Brings Ishan Kishan on strike. Wicket replay.
Again, a great ball to follow up after getting hit for a 6. Excellent seam position. Still has the courage to toss it up. Almost made a mess of it. Fielder, but it's an exceptional piece of bowling. Very good innings. What a time to get that wicket. 2 new batsmen at the crease. Ishan Kishan in an unusual position.
Ishan Kishan gets off the mark. Make a very good point about the bowler flighting the ball despite bowling the 16th over to a set batter. It's a perfect, pure leg spinner that he bowled. Bit of flight and deception. Tells a lot about the temperament of one Hindu Hasaranga. Another quality innings from Surya Kumar Yadav. Last ball of the over. Top spinner. Another single for Hardik Pandya. This is now his comfort zone. We get which means they have to bat first and set a target. Never the easiest thing to do in T20 cricket, because you have to suss the pitch in a way and decide what could be the right target. Of course, you're always aiming for the maximum, but on a pitch like this, which is a little on the slower side, it's a tricky thing to do. Chamira back in the attack, trying to find the Yorker. Pandya gets it on the full, another single.
Right, I mean, India would be wanting to get to that 170 from here on. Got enough ability. Kishan's come in at number 5. Not very usually bats. Usually bats at 3. It is 4. He's already got a 50 on debut for India. 145 the strike rate in his short career. It's a good test for him to bat at this number. There's a lot of top order batsmen in that T20 team that India has got at the moment. Very interested in seeing how he goes. Kunal Pandya, Deepak Chahar and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar to follow after that.
Finds the fielder. A lot of flourish in that shot. We've seen a slight change in Ishan Kishan. In the one-day series, we saw a bit of Rishabh Pant in the way he was playing the big shots. Innings phases. The light blues for India. The first one going India's way. The second shared as Sri Lanka started making a comeback.
And it says shared at the moment, but if Sri Lanka can finish well, that phase might be theirs.
Short ball. Umpire, I guess, okay, allowing that one. Surya Kumar Yadav, another 50. Player of the series in the one-day tournament. This is what he does really well. Against the spin, against the angle. So you tend to have more fielders protecting the boundaries with the spin or with the angle, and he goes against it to get his runs. 6 just
being called a wide.
Nature at its best in various different parts of Sri Lanka. Plenty of culture, history. So much fun. Karthik, you know about this area, or where you are. You've been to various parts of Sri Lanka and enjoyed many of this. Hopefully next time you come, we'll take you around once again.
Will that go for 4? That's speeding away. Yes, it does. So Ishan Kishan into the act.
He changed his angle, went around the wicket. And it was a full toss with, but you still needed to put it away. He started moving. Can be a dangerous player. Ishan Kishan.
It's been an interesting over. He started off with a full toss to Hardik Pandya, bowled a couple of short ones. He's bowled a couple of full tosses too. Slow one this time. And should be called a leg by.
Yep, there we go. Good to see Chamira using variations sometimes. You get carried away with one type of ball. But staying with his strength, you need to break the batsman's rhythm, and that's what Chamira is doing. 3 wides, 2 leg bys. Sri Lanka's extras conceded.
Single, and will keep the strike. Hardik Pandya, 7 off the 17th over. It's 137 for 4.
I have a few gas stations in South Carolina, so I decided to add a car wash to one of my locations. I turned to Biz to Credit to fund the project, and they got me a loan fast, like 24 hours fast. That's why I always call Biz to Credit when I need extra funds.
This single, they want to come back for the second, they'll make it comfortably.
A lot of bowlers now can keep it outside off to Hardik Pandya. Slow, change of pace has worked.
India number 2 in terms of powering on or motoring on from over 16 to 20. They got nearly 10.6 to an over.
Should get there.
The last 2 overs
to finish the innings
have yielded 16 for India.
Couple of good overs. Wickets.
That's where India stand. Afghanistan number 1 on that list. Sri Lanka at the bottom.
Slow ball again. He's muscled it.
Full member nations
Finds the
only
fielder
feature
on the
on
bounce
this list.
taken by the fielder. 1 run. The big ones aren't coming.
Slower one.
It's coming in singles at the moment for Hardik Pandya.
Just the 22 conceded in his first 3 overs.
At the Premadasa off late.
From Udana.
You probably have to take into account the size of the ground as well. I haven't seen too many sixes.
What's going on
here?
here?
One-day series. Even in this game. A few more in this game.
Spread the love.
T20, but not that easy.
Spread it far and wide.
First innings total, the last 10 T20s. 164.
Just like you always do, Russell.
These guys have enough ability to go over that.
Another slower one. Will they push hard? They should push hard. That's a long boundary. One into Hasaranga. Steaming in, but still can't stop those 2 runs.
But the way he placed it was crucial. Just got to the 30-yard circle, so Hasaranga had a lot of work to do. And slower balls we mentioned in the previous over, that was from the far end. Banindu Hasaranga's pace is what did it. That was a 6 that took Surya Kumar Yadav to his 50, but the very next one slower and higher. It also dips on the batsman. Just hang on to the ball, son.
Another slower one. 1 bounce.
A big blow on the leg side.
Machine
gone all the way.
It's
come at the right time for India. They needed a bit of muscle.
Talk about his fielding ability. But lots of slower ones from Mr. Udana. That's what he's
in this innings,
famous
and
for.
Ishan Kishan has provided that.
We spoke about length ball or slot balls.
Got quite a few varieties.
It's not going to work. Yeah, needed that.
No balls in his spells. 15 balls remaining in the innings.
That area. It's a big hit that.
What would
he's made a mistake.
What would they like?
I'm pretty sure, as we mentioned, at least 164 the pass score is where India would like to get to, because they were going great guns at one stage. Two set batsmen.
175 though is the least score you need if you look at history in terms of winning a game.
Very good bowling. This is an outstanding last over from Isuru Udana.
Massive comeback. Last T20 international that Isuru Udana played went for 55. Didn't have the greatest of the ODI series either, but Sri Lanka trust him because he's very experienced, been playing T20 cricket for Sri Lanka, in and out of the team of course since 2009.
Oh, that swung hard. Should go all the way. 6 runs to Ishan Kishan.
And that spoils the story. Well, it was in the slot, length on offer. Ishan Kishan is deep inside the crease though, slightly. But what works in his favour is the extra pace that Isuru Udana offered him on that occasion.
That's what they say. Every ball is an event in T20 cricket. You can have 4 good deliveries. 1 delivery spoils the over for you.
Crucial last ball.
Much fuller. 10 runs off the over. It's 147 for 4.
Here comes Instagram money transfer, and that's a 6! Send money and get a total of $60 bonus with your first 2 Instagram money transfers. Use coupon code GET60. Instagram. Send money, get 60.
The 18 overs done. India 147 for 4. Dushmanta Chamira will finish up here, which means that the 20th over will go to the debutant. Chamika Karunaratne. Short ball. They run for it. Should be called a wide because it was down the leg side. So Hardik Pandya on strike now.
I think it's for height because the call came from square leg. And that's what umpire Kumar Dharmasen also indicates. It's 1 for the over now. That puts Chamira under pressure. He can't use the short one.
It's such an interesting one, isn't it? We talk about using the short one. When do you use it to the batsman? Which part of the over do you use it? As you rightly said, it's been used up.
He can bowl another, but he's under pressure because now he'll be more and more unpredictable. Even if you're using it, it's got to be directed well. Just one that went away from him. This is that 6. Gets underneath it and slaps it over mid-wicket.
Again, an interesting over, isn't it? He pulled 4 slower ones, which didn't go for much. Puts pace on the delivery, trying to bowl the Yorker, misses his length, goes for 6. That's outstanding. Tailing in to Hardik Pandya, turns blind, but it's quick enough to make it.
150 up for India. Quick enough, Hardik. They just made it so easy. They judged it straight away. The understanding is there. The call comes, and they're going for it anyway. Hasaranga, he's quick, he's good. That throw is fired in. It's not the shortest route either.
Yeah, absolutely right. He took the long route for those couple of runs. Hardik Pandya, dangerous hitter in the end. Full toss, but is not able to put it away.
Angling in, low full toss, sometimes they're hard to get under. We're in for a good evening. 170, 175. Sri Lanka will believe. That's what we want. We want to sit on the edge of our seats all the time.
That's been swung away. Is that sweet? Oh, dropped.
Long boundary. It was off the middle of the bat. Ashane Bandara generally very, very good. Got to it. Didn't hang on.
It's a long boundary there. Very long boundary. Ashane Bandara, good fielder, under pressure. Is it greasy out there? Taken, edged, and Hardik Pandya walks. So Chamira gets his second.
Could have had both these batsmen, but Chamira sticks to his guns. Goes full and slightly wide. Hardik Pandya in a stance, looking to clear the ground. The front foot out of the way. Big one for Chamira. He's been very, very good. It's the dangerous Hardik Pandya who goes. 10 off 12, India 153 for 5.
Hardik Pandya, and is welcomed with a Yorker. Correction please, Krunal Pandya. The Pandya brothers, one after the other, but what a fine delivery to get rid of Hardik Pandya. Fuller just swung a bit, didn't have any room there, Hardik Pandya.
It's that time of the innings that you set yourself up, looking to clear it. The base is set whether it's short or full, but it's too full. And slightly wider. Brilliant Chamira, his last ball of the spell. 2 for 23 so far.
Outstanding. Outstanding over. Dushmanta Chamira. Sri Lanka doing everything right at the moment. 155 for 5. Ishan Kishan 14 of 10. Hardik Pandya, the last man, dismissed. Krunal Pandya 1 of 1. And the last over will be bowled by Chamika Karunaratne. So what can he do, Russell?
He'll hit the deck. Slower ball. He's on debut though. You know what, Karthik? This over will decide the game. A 15-20 run over in favour of India would probably put them in that zone where they'll be very, very confident.
Starts off with a slow one. It's been hit hard. Should get a couple as Krunal Pandya comes to the danger area.
But a 10 or 12 over game will keep it open, very open, and Sri Lanka will believe. But whatever it takes, it's a great chase that we are looking forward to.
A couple of runs, 1 for 27 of 3.1. Ishan Kishan 16 of 11. He'll be trying to favour the onside because that's the smaller area. It's the smaller part of the boundary too. It's exactly what he tried.
Two left-handers. So I would think that Chamika Karunaratne will continue with the same field. So there's no one in the deep behind square on either side. Deep mid-wicket. Long on, long off, deep extra cover, and of course there's a point. The four fielders in the circle that he requires are all behind the wicket. Lots of slower balls, you'd say.
Smart bowling, very good bowling from Chamika Karunaratne. Maybe on debut, might be bowling the last over, but this is good under pressure.
One of the finds for Sri Lanka of late. Getting better with every game, whether be bat or ball. Got a spring in his step, and that's good. Rubbing off on his teammates, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's exactly what he should have done of the very first delivery too. Should get a couple. Because he was walking towards the offside, trying to chance his arm on the onside.
Good over so far. 6 of the 4 deliveries. 2 deliveries remaining in this innings. Showed good awareness in identifying what Ishan Kishan was trying to do.
That was an interesting shot. Could it have been a wide if he had left it?
He was going across, wasn't he? I think that's where he thought he needs to have a go at it. No position at all. But swings hard. Slower delivery again. Last ball of India's innings. Here's Chamika Karunaratne.
Will be called a wide. You can understand what he was trying to do. He felt that Krunal Pandya might be moving to the offside. Nothing wrong with it. 8 so far. Is he going to overcorrect?
Well, it's quite obvious what he's trying to do, isn't it? As a left-hand batsman, you'll know he's trying to angle it across him, make him hit to that longer boundary on the offside.
That's been swung away, but not powerful enough for it to find the boundary. So just one of the last ball of the 20th over, just 9 of that over. So this has been good finishing from Sri Lanka as India get to 164.
.164 is the average score here at the R. Premadasa Stadium, batting first. Winning score though has been 175. Sri Lanka very happy.
Yeah, Vanindu Hasaranga back in the team after missing the 3rd ODI was very, very good. Shikhar Dhawan, 46, missed out on his half century, looked good. Krunal Pandya and Ishan Kishan trying to give some impetus to India in the late overs, but very good bowling from the Sri Lankan bowlers. Prithvi Shaw went to a ripper. Very first delivery. Shikhar Dhawan, 46 of 36. Samson looked beautiful before he perished. Surya Kumar Yadav has been a standout performer on this trip. Hardik Pandya laboured his way to 10 of 12. Ishan Kishan, 20 of 14. And Krunal Pandya, just the 3 of 3 deliveries.
Wonderful bowling card. Dushmantha Chamira again leading that attack. 2 for 24. How good he was. Hasaranga as well, 2 for 28. Karunaratne on debut. Breath of fresh air other than Akila Dhananjay. Everybody doing their bit. They'll be very, very happy with their returns and what they've done to restrict India.
Yeah, the first T20 international here at the R. Premadasa, and that's what Sri Lanka need. 165 of their allotted 20 overs to take this first T20 international.
Attention, Medicare receivers.
National career, but he's played another significant innings for India. 50 for him today. That has got the side up to 164 for 5 of 20 overs. Sri Lanka need 165 to take a 1-0 lead in this 3-match series. Sajay and Sabah with me in the studio. And the first question, how good a score is that on that pitch?
It's about 7 short of what I expected.
he said 171 in the pre-show.
171, yeah. Yeah. I think they'll be disappointed. I mean, India, yes, you don't see it on that scorecard. It's not that the first wicket you lost early, fine, but you were in control of that innings. At the end of that innings, I think India probably would be more disappointed. Sri Lanka would be happier at this halfway stage.
Pitch a little bit slow, Sabah?
Not really, but I think we had enough firepower to put up a bigger score than what we have done. I think we are about 15 to 20 runs short. Surya Kumar Yadav once again played a brilliant log, but I think Sri Lanka would be very impressed with the way they have bowled today.
Let's have a look at that Surya innings then. The second T20 international 50 in his first 4 innings. It really was fantastic stuff. Scores all around the park, doesn't he? Went over and hit over to the leg side a couple of times. Hit down the ground straight. Such a good player, isn't he? We've run out of time, gentlemen, unfortunately. That was short and sweet, wasn't it? Because, unfortunately, they're going to be going out there to see if they can chase down that score of 165. What do you reckon? Is it enough? India didn't get too many in the last 5 overs, did they? Just 40-odd. Can Sri Lanka chase this down? We will find out.
India's Tour of England starts 4th August on Sony Live. Subscribe now. Sony Live's coverage co-presented by Acco Insurance. Get your car and bike insurance at 0 commission. Check the Acco app. Betway, Vimal Ilaichi, Bolo Zuba Kesri.
It's the first T20 international between Sri Lanka and India. Premadasa. We've had Indian batting. It's perhaps fallen a little bit short, but it's been a great start to this game for Sri Lanka. India's got their work cut out to defend the total that they've put. Their bowlers at this point will have to be at their best to defend that total. 164 is the average total here. India's going to have to bowl well to defend that. It's halfway stage. Sri Lanka would be the happier team. Surya Kumar Yadav Getting another 50 in international cricket. Second T20 international 50. Quite beautifully. Since then, Lanka managed to pull it back and finish well. It's been in the form of his life, Suryakumar Yadav. Came into bat when India were 2 down. Just looks comfortable every time he bats, whether he bats pace, spin, moment, everything that finds the middle of his bat is going in the gap. It's going to be a fascinating chase. Sri Lanka. Indian bowlers have got their work cut out. A lot more experience back in their attack with Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and Deepak Chahar back in. So is Yuzvendra Chahal. They're going to have a big 20 overs ahead. Lanka, on the other hand, feeling a lot more confident with that score to chase. Lanka have opened with Vishka Fernando. He's been one of their stars in the one-day series. 17 innings for him in T20 cricket. 200 runs. He's looked in good form. With him, Bhanuka. It's looked good as well. 5 50s for him in his T20 career. Both looked in decent form in the one-day series. Want a good start, Sri Lanka.
Tell you what, Ajit, this is going to be a good game of cricket. Because India haven't really flown away with that target in the first innings of 175, 180, then you wouldn't maybe give Sri Lanka too much of a chance, but because India ended up with just about a pass score at the Premadasa, might be a good game to watch now. Having said that, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar in T20 cricket is a wicket taker, seasoned 4-over bowler. Got Deepak Chahar, who's got 6 for 7 as T20 international numbers. So these are guys who can run through sides in T20 cricket, and add Varun Chakraborty to that. They have the arsenal. Let's see what happens here. Dharmasena calls play. First ball. Vishka Fernando, man on strike. There you go. Very similar to what happened with Prithvi Shaw. Swinging delivery once more. This white ball is swinging at least prodigiously in the first over.
That's quite an incredible shot, first ball though. Good old-fashioned outswing of a good length. It's a great ball to start the innings for Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Tries to hoik it over square leg. There's a slip in place as well. It's just gone straight over him.
Yeah, when the ball swings late, a lot of batters get into trouble because they're playing the first line. They see the ball halfway on the pitch at around middle stump, fancy their chances going leg side. Another good delivery. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar back in this Indian team, had a break in the last one-day.
You think both these guys, having had 2 one-days under their belt, so bowler always felt he bowled. Deepak Chahar didn't bowl 10 overs, but he bowled 7 or 8 overs at least. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, they should be. The rust must have come off now. Be interesting to see what speeds Bhuvaneshwar Kumar shows. That's one of the things that was lacking in one-day cricket.
There's that in-swinger. That's Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. When he arrived on the international scene, that's how you remember Bhuvaneshwar Kumar against Pakistan. Day-night match, white ball swinging banana both ways. Make a good point about speeds as well. He was just about 124, 125 average speed. T20 cricket, that might just go up a little bit.
Very unusual though. 2 good outswingers. He usually waits a little bit when it's in swing.
Second ball already in the 130 territory.
Did drizzle a little bit. Not enough for the players to go off. 53% still the humidity. 27, so comfortable conditions. Just a 20-over game. Can be absolutely flat out here. India will need to be. I think they're a few short. Sri Lanka has shown some good batting form in that one-day series. Certainly when they finished.
Misses. Slide width on that occasion. A bit unfair. Seemed like it was pretty much within the range for him to play that shot. Let's have a look. Come on. In the past, the bat, it seemed like it was just inside the blue line.
A bit harsh that it looked that far away. Did swing again. It's been some swing. These 4 balls or 5 balls that he's bowled.
And again, movement of the pitch this time. What's the speed? Looked a much quicker delivery. 126.
Certainly well within his range to cut that ball.
Never seen this guy get angry or really upset on the field. A great trait to have as a player, not to lose your cool.
Still extremely competitive. You can see even the way he bowls.
Well, that's a wide. Much easier to call this time. And I don't think we'll frown on this one.
Speeds are slightly better. I think it's a little bit unusual though. Mr. Kumar, we've seen, hasn't tried too many different balls. He has in this over.
Is it because India haven't got a big score and he feels obliged as a senior bowler to get some early wickets? There's that in swing. He's found the outside edge, is flying down to third man. And first touch of the ball for the debutant, 10 for no wicket. Deepak Chahar. He was eyeing that gap, I guess, because there was one fielder inside the circle, no one behind him. And he gets runs for it. Adventurous on that occasion, Vinod Bhanuka.
That's his strong area. Everything that he scored, majority of his runs, have been on the leg side. Very ambitious this. I think both Indian bowlers, that's why I've tried to take the ball away from him. Excellent placement in the end. Pressure straight away on Deepak Chahar.
Yeah, 14 runs already on the board. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar had a couple of wides, but there was one streaky edge that got them a boundary. So 10 runs of the first. Field hasn't changed. 2 fielders outside the circle. There's one at deep square leg. Could be just behind the field where it slipped. That in-swinger from Deepak Chahar. It's interesting when you look at the bowling combination of India, 2 swing bowlers, and when you look at people that we have in England, the bowlers, the World Test Championship final as well, they were mostly seam bowlers hitting the deck. And these are out and out swing bowlers. You get movement in the air, they pitch the ball up. 6 for 7, incredible numbers those. Oh, dropped. Nothing going right for Hardik Pandya. Was smacked very hard, but straight to the fielder.
You said it, Sanjay, when it doesn't go for you, it's one of the better fielders in the team. Straight to him. Wonder whether it went through his hand and hit his head. Certainly timed it well. Short ball. It's gone straight through his hands. It's a poor miss for India.
This new technique that you see with a lot of Indian players where they have that reverse cup, but it's right in front of the face. They have that technique, better off you're sort of taking it besides your face. Oh, what a delivery. Is it too good? He gets the outside edge. Yes, judging from the celebration. Oh, no. He's gone for it, so he is certain there's no outside edge. Interesting review.
For the director, player review 4 go behind. Original decision is out, and it's a fair delivery. Go to front on spin vision, please. The ball close to the bat. I need to check ultra edge on this, please. Ultra edge coming up, gents. Roll forward, roll forward. Flat line when the ball passes the bat. Can I have the on field? I'm checking the LBW. Hemang, just show me the ball tracker, please. Wait for the ball tracker to check the LBW. Impact in line. Wickets missing. Can I have the on-field umpire on camera? You need to
get timely reminders of this new feature in international cricket. The DRS saves batters, saves cricket from blunders. I think that wasn't a great decision. It's very easy to pick a thigh pad or a thigh touch rather than the outside edge. So thanks to DRS, Avishka Fernando can continue his innings. If not for it, he would be in the dressing room throwing his bat at a television set or something. Right, second over, Chahar for India, gets it to swing again, down to third man, single.
A great bowling though. It's an exceptional ball that zipped through the surface. Just good length, enough bounce. The keeper probably knew. The bowler, it's instinctive because there's a noise. This umpire, it's tough decision sometimes. Wasn't an absolute howler, but you're right. Without the DRS.
Notice Dharmasena as well is not standing absolutely in line of that crease that we saw there. That's again for the cameras to get a good view of the line. Late swing, but played it well. Is there a fielder down there? No. Oh dear. This is Kunal Pandya with the slide. Couldn't stop the ball. It's not going right for India at the moment. 16. I beg your pardon, 20 for no wicket. Was stoppable. He got there and I guess it was running away from him very quickly. Got stuck as well, I think, with that slightly sluggish or damp outfield because of the rain. This is up in the air. Is there a fielder underneath? No, there isn't Hardik Pandya. Interesting follow through after he threw the ball. We've been putting the spotlight on Surya Kumar Yadav, the 360-degree batter. That was a 360-degree follow through from Hardik Pandya after throwing the ball.
Had it covered. Unusual change though. Krunal Pandya, the third over. Krunal Pandya, his T20I career, 14 wickets. Steady economy, I'd like it to come down. It's not bad at all. He's another one of those players who needs to perform in this series. First both with the bat and the ball. It's a big role and a great opportunity.
And this time he takes the catch. Surya Kumar Yadav. Krunal Pandya, if you're wondering why he's in the attack, he is in the attack to take a wicket, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's probably a bit of a gamble from Shikhar Dhawan. They were certainly going to try and attack Krunal Pandya. Keeps it straight. Not enough room to get elevation for the batsman. And this time the catch is taken by India. First wicket's down. Vinod Bhanuka's gone. 23 for 1 Sri Lanka.
Had a quiet one-day series. Dhananjaya De Silva batting number 3 for Sri Lanka. The Cred power play in effect, and has been a rewarding one for, you could say, maybe the batting side. Be rewarding for you to pay your credit card bills via the Cred app during the Cred power play, and you could win 100% cash back. 100% success for Krunal Pandya on this occasion.
It's not one of his stronger scoring areas through the offside. Vinod prefers hitting through the leg side. It's a wicket India needed.
Ball that comes in with the arm. Bit of swing as well for Krunal Pandya. It's 25 for 1. Chahar in his second over, conceded 10 in the first. Nice swinging delivery. Krunal Pandya, the fielder. Pandya brothers next to each other. Just love the way they seem to enjoy their time on the field no matter what.
It's good fielding. I think India need every bit of that. It's only been a drop chance which hasn't cost them. Still a little bit of swing on offer.
Terrific shot. Just blazed away off his bat. He's trying to get that in-swinger in. Deepak Chahar. Avishka Fernando had the room and made the most of it.
Absolutely hammered it. I think might have been close to Surya Kumar Yadav at point, but with the pace that he's gone, have been an unbelievable catch if he had managed to hold on to it. It's gone through his hands, but absolutely no chance.
Try and get the ultra edge on his fingers to see whether he touched it. I think there was anything.
I think there was certainly a little flick. By the time his hands reached, all had flown to the boundary. Absolutely cracked it.
So that was our ultra edge on the fingertips. Surya went for it, but humanly not possible to take those catches. It was a fierce square cut. Coming from that stable of fierce square cutters like Virendra Sehwag. In the 80s, Alan Border. Before that, Gordon Greenidge. That dive actually saved India a run. The batter wasn't confident to call the single.
Outswing, every time they bowled outswing with the ball going away. Avishka able to keep him quiet. There was an edge, boundary over the slip, first ball of the innings. Apart from that, rich swing today. Indian pacers, you expect that as well. Both these guys, genuine swing bowlers. Lanka probably had a bit more pace with Chamira.
He's gone straight, another powerful strike for 4 runs. This is excellent batting from Avishka Fernando. Wasn't a bad ball at all.
It's really good batting this. Every time there's been an opportunity, this was a touch full. Slightly fuller than what Deepak Chahar would have wanted. It hits through the line. Again, the form times it beautifully.
India clearly looking for early wickets, and in that process, quick runs being scored, they might have to review the tactics and just try and keep it simple, keep the runs down, the wickets will come. Can understand India looking for early wickets. Feel a little insecure, the score that they've got. It's 164. 33 for 1, Sri Lanka. Dhananjaya De Silva doing the right thing. He hasn't had too much of batting time in the one-day series, so slowly playing himself in. He's got Avishka Fernando on strike. Kunal Pandya in his second over. Spin very early, but through Kunal Pandya in the first 6 overs.
He's done a good job so far. Not only picked up that wicket, he's kept the runs down. A couple of boundaries in the previous over as well. Cut before that for 4, has to adjust length. This one is a little bit fuller. It's good batting.
Again, seam up from Kunal Pandya.
Couple of 50s for him in his T20 career.
Well stopped by Ishan Kishan very wide down the leg side. Would be called a wide. There's Varun Chakravarti again. He's going to be the man to look out for. He's got 7 variations, Ajit.
He's certainly impressed. Not sure about how many variations he has. I think that's one of the features of this ground. There are enough gaps to pick up twos. The size of this ground. It's an old-fashioned, really.
Preparation for somebody like Kunal Pandya. It's the most of his ability. Another tight delivery on the middle and leg. It's a boon, Premadasa. And you have grounds like Sharjah and Auckland. Some Indian grounds, RCB is one. Rather, Chinnaswamy, I'm calling it the RCB ground. That's the IPL effect, I guess, but you've got some decent-sized boundaries. It's gone straight over mid-on, and he's going to get 4 runs for it. Nice pick, selective hitting. It's 44 for 1.
ODIs. Oh, what a wonderful shot to finish the last over. It was there for the taking. Great timing over the head of mid-on. Parvez Maroof alongside. How do you see this panning out now? Varun Chakravarti on debut, the mystery spinner.
Sri Lanka going well. 44 for 1 in the 6th over. I think Varun Chakravarti's 4th over is going to be very crucial. Mainly because Sri Lankans haven't seen him bowl much. There you go. Fernando taking a couple of deliveries to see what are the variations Varun Chakravarti is going to give. I guess important few overs of Chahal as well as Chakravarti's. I think that will definitely give us a hint which way the game is going to go.
Well, the reason why I asked that is when you look at the scores right now, India 46 for 1, Sri Lanka 45 for 1. Is it a new ball or is it a power play wicket? Because after the power play, the ball wasn't coming through. Lots of variations to Varun Chakravarti. Should not be called a wide.
That's a good call by umpire Vimala Siri. This time Dhananjay premeditating to go over the top of short square leg fielder. Pitching it short, well kept as well by Shan Kishan. I reckon, as I said, you spin the Chahal and Chakravarti is going to hold the key for the Indian bowlers as well as the fielders. And also Sri Lanka, Avishka Fernando. He's got to start. It's important that he carries on and get the other batsmen batting him around him. Got some hitters to come in. Dasun Chan and Kachami Karunaratne, who's in decent form. It's all about the base.
Bringing in a couple of changes. Just pushing mid-on back, bringing the man from deep mid-wicket inside the circle. Yeah, this is good. It's been a very good over on debut, bowling in the power play. And so far, he's been spot on, Varun Chakravarti.
Yeah, Dhananjay definitely trying to force through. Varun Chakravarti seems like a googly, not giving any width, wicket to wicket. And a good start so far by the debutant.
Swung away. Should be just one as Prithvi Shaw tidies up. It's a good start to international cricket. Just 2 off it. 46 for 1. Just feels that this man could hold the key as he comes on to bowl. Chahal got the comfort of bowling with extra fielders outside. It's been pumped straight. Good fielding. Surya Kumar Yadav had to run a long way.
And straight away, Dhananjay De Silva on the attack. Good fielding there as well by Surya. And slightly fuller this time, Chahal. And then getting that length and also short a boundary to the leg side.
Cleaned him up. What a delivery. He got a wicket on the first delivery in the first ODI. Second delivery, Dhananjay De Silva's inning comes to a close.
A top-class delivery. Pitching in middle stump, slightly turn, and Dhananjay De Silva just thought was playing for the ball that's going to go straight. Charles holds up. What a wonderful leg spinner's delivery.
Yeah, absolute braille trimmer. Yuzvendra Chahal is happy, India happy. And Dhananjay De Silva goes for 9, Sri Lanka 48 for 2. Moment first T20 international, Sri Lanka 48 for 2.
A good start. The debutant, definitely job on hand to the youngster. An experienced batting to follow for Sri Lanka. This replay, what a beautiful delivery. Pitching middle and leg. Any spinner's dream in the middle stump, top of middle stump. Completely bamboozled.
Yeah, what a delivery, isn't it? Just to come back, he bowled the floater and then the big spinning leg break. Completely bamboozled and, as you said, drifts in. So you're playing down that line and then it just leaves you. Puff of dust. And there you go, that bail trimmer.
Much slower this time by Chahal. And to take a little time, get in, it's important that one of these batsmen bat at least to the 18th over.
Appeal down the leg. Ishan Kishan seems to think so.
India gains it. Sri Lanka 50 for 2.
Yeah, 50 for 2. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar being brought back into the attack. Went for 10 of the first over. Arun Chakravarti, just the solitary over. Swung away, and it's gone straight into the hands of Prithvi Shaw. A correction, Sanju Samson. Oh, Sri Lanka, what are you doing?
Well. Avishka Fernando. Not what Sri Lanka wanted. The set batsman picking the lone field at deep square leg. 12th man Sanju Samson didn't have to meet an inch finding the field, and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar coming back, vice captain, with the all-important wicket for India. Avishka Fernando gone for 26 of 23. Sri Lanka 50, loss of 3 wickets.
Three down, Sri Lanka now. Ashane Bandara, the new man in. Avishka Fernando looks so good. He's looked good in all the games, but this one slightly short, trying to play a big shot. Again, finding it's the long part of the boundary, so finding Sanju Samson at deep square leg.
Good catch, correction from my side. It's not the 12th man, the Sanju Samson. Ashane Bandara. Very good play of spin bowling with challenge coming in this pressure situation.
Off the mark.
I like the intent of Shikhar Dhawan as well. Straight away, short wicket, mid-wicket fielder. Prithvi Shaw into second slip. Understanding the fact there's not much batting Sri Lanka to follow, with Dasun Shanaka still out of form for a while. And Wanid Wasarang has not been scoring many runs. So it's important that these two batsmen get the partnership going.
Yeah, next to come in, Dasun Shanaka, Anandu Hasaranga can be a dangerous batsman. Didn't get runs in the ODI series amongst wickets. Sri Lanka did look good.
Bringing Bhuvaneshwar now, okay? You think Chakravarti and Chahal, Shikhar's trying to keep them to the low order batsmen? Maybe they haven't faced quality spin of those two.
Yeah, just a bit surprised why Varun Chakravarti had to be stopped after the very first over, because not many people have seen him, not many Sri Lankan batsmen have seen him.
just feel Shikhar taking that gamble of keeping those two important bowlers to the late order batsmen who are going to face, and also it's not easy straight away to hit the mystery spinner out of the ground with Charmik Karnarat and Dasam Chanak. We all know they can clear the boundary easily, but mysteriness will have a big question mark.
Oh, cut him into half there. What a delivery. Just came in sharply. And that's the skill Bhuvaneshwar Kumar has. 52 for 3. That's a quicker, much quicker through the air from Yuzvendra Chahal there.
That's what exactly Chahal does well. Varies the pace, this time much quicker. Charith Lanka trying to cut the ball. Just going through, there you go. Shot this time. And lone field that square leg, Prithvi Shaw there. Chahal into his second over. That's a last ball of the last over. Seam movement. Don't see much seam movement from Bhuvaneshwar. Dominantly a swing bowler, but this time cutting in half. Shinbar had no clue.
Again, a good delivery. It's interesting when just been given a stat that every time Chahal takes 3 wickets for India in T20 internationals, India have a 100% win record. Remind you, he's the highest wicket taker in T20 internationals for India. 63 wickets. Much slower this time. It's great mixing up from Chahal. The first one was quicker to the left-hander. This one much slower. Had to drag it from wide outside the off stump.
Sweep in line. Charith Lanka. A good sweeper. Definitely Charith.
Again, look at that variation. Tossed it up 72.8 kilometers through the air.
That is brilliant. Top class by Yuzi. Much slower. Shinbar is looking for it, searching for it. They just threw the shot too quickly.
I just get a feeling that Sri Lanka, rather than trying to attack, they need to work the singles and look for the boundary later on. Right now they're trying to find singles but aren't able to get any. 55 for 3. Second 51 is when, sorry, 48 is when the second wicket fell, and 2 quick wickets there. That sounded good, and that's gone the distance.
Welcome to the crease, Hardik Pandya. What a shot by Charith Lanka. On the up, Dragged down by Hardik. But for a short man, definitely bang a shot. Look at that. What a great shot, young man.
Yeah, it was dug-in shot. Hardik Pandya bowled at a decent pace in the third and final ODI, but this had too much time.
A good comeback, slower delivery. Interesting that most of the Sri Lankan bowlers too were going to the slower delivery when they were not sure. This time Hardik, first delivery seam up, realizing the wicket is very good to bat. Straight away going to his variations. There you go. That's what Hardik is good at. Doing all those IPL games, we've seen how good he can be. Slow ball bounces, the quick bouncer.
That's one of the reasons why I asked you as soon as we sat in commentary, is this a new ball wicket? Is this a power play wicket? Because even for India, it seemed as if it was a different style of batting or a different tempo to batting. Is it called a wide? No, gets away with it. Once the power play is finished, once the other bowlers came, once the pace was taken off, batting was much tougher.
Definitely, that was much tougher. This is the variation we were talking about. Hardik, quick bouncer. Thought Sri Lanka was unlucky not to get a wide ball there. Down the leg side. India on the attack. Back of the length again by Hardik. Shin Bandar, 2 runs of 8 deliveries, getting more pressure for Sri Lanka. Do well to rotate the strike, keep the scoreboard ticking. It's important not to chase too much in the latter overs. You know how good Bhuvi and the two mystery spinners, Chakravarti and Chahal, can be. It's important that Shin Bandar gets a move on and give able support to Charith Tasalanka.
Four men on the deep on the onside. Shot third man, a man at point, deep point. They're trying to get the singles. They're trying to get the singles but aren't able to get them.
Poor cricket by Sri Lanka. After getting a 6 of the first delivery, next 4 delivery, just 1 single. You're chasing a score, you need to keep the scoreboard moving and put the new bowler under pressure, especially after scoring a 6 in the first ball.
7 so far of the over. Can they get to? A long way for Prithvi Shaw to cover and comfortably make it. So 9 of the 10th over, halfway mark, Sri Lanka 64 for 3.
Swept by Sri Lanka, swept hard. Has he beaten the man? Just about. Valiant effort from Prithvi Shaw, but that's a much needed boundary for Sri Lanka.
Yeah, hit a massive 6 in the previous over. This one doesn't want to give him any room. Sweeps. The angle takes it away from the fielder at square leg. Good effort. Expected to do better, Prithvi Shaw. Good start to the over for Sri Lanka. Yes, pulled it back after that missed wicket. It's a good start.
Let's take a look at another numbers game involving Yuzvendra Chahal. Before 2018, 26 wickets in 14, averaging 15, economy 7.7. Since then, 35 games, 37 wickets, average more than double, 31, economy higher as well, 8.66. Big difference.
There's a massive difference. It happens in international cricket. Batsmen try to work you out or work you out. As the more you play, it's a huge difference. Average is up, the economy is up. Certainly started well today. There's Rahul Chahar also, who had a really good one-day game. Has added competition. At his best though, Yuzvendra Chahal gets you wickets. That's what India wants.
Maybe the younger man breathing down his neck. Just bringing out something close to the best of Yuzvendra Chahal at the moment. He was the top wicket taker in the ODIs with 5. Started well here. Let's have a look at his one wicket. Dhananjay De Silva. What a jaffa that is. Turn, it's the top of middle and off. Just about perfect. A wicket you might see in a test match, not a T20 international. Toss that one up. Getting a bit of turn now. Quite wide though. Too wide.
Actually did spin a lot more than he thought he would. It was a ball, last ball of the over, just wanted to get away. Even if it was a single, it's turned sharply.
Hard sweep again. Doesn't get much of this. It will only be one. Another decent over by Chahal. 73 for 3. We've just had quite a long break while the Sri Lankan batsman Charit Asalanka was treated by the Sri Lankan physio. Looked like it might have been a touch of cramp. Looks very hot out there. Look at all that sweat on him. I'm sure it's evenings like this when Ajit Agarkar very happy to be in the comm box.
I think most evenings that I'm happy to be in the comm box now. Too many aching joints. For Sri Lanka's sake, you hope it's not an injury, it's just cramped. Still, Colombo standard, still a pleasant day. 28 degrees. Lots of humidity though. Arun Chakravarti is back in the attack.
Great first over in T20 internationals. Just went for 2. Down the track is Bandara. Middles that straight to Deepak Chahar on the long off boundary. First sign of real aggression towards Chakravarti. Quick single for you. Sri Lanka have lost 16 out of 20 T20 internationals at the Premadasa. 3 defeats each against India, Pakistan and Bangladesh. Not really home ground for them, is it, in T20s? India, in fact, have got a fantastic record at the Premadasa. They've won more matches than anyone else in T20s, including Sri Lanka. Big shot from Asalanka. Has he got all of this? Just over the head of the fielder.
It's a big field, this, but gets enough of it. You've seen some spectacular catches on the boundary. Maybe that injury or the cramps gives him a little bit of a license to just go after the bowling. Nothing wrong with that ball. Good effort from Krunal, not far from him, but carries comfortably over the fence.
Two sixes now from Charit Asalanka. Remember, he's on T20 international debut off the back of a good ODI series, contributed in all 3 innings, including a 65 in the second ODI. Leading edge that time, did not pick Chakravarti. Lovely angle that. All the way to just over Krunal Pandya. For a moment there, he thought he was in business. Just another yard off that, and he would have taken it, I think.
That's Sanjay, when he was on comms with me, said he has 7 variations. These are a couple of them. The carom ball, Googly, there hasn't a lot of change. You see in his action, that's why he's tough to pick. And he's so accurate. 2 IPLs back to back has created trouble for batsmen. Different conditions, India and UAE. Very keen to see how he goes in this series. Be a real find for India if he can do well here. Started well, Spyro at 6. Just 11 ball to go in this over. Certainly has enough variations to trouble batsmen in this format.
Too good for Asalanka on that occasion, 82 for 3. Sri Lanka 82 for 3 as they attempt to chase down 165 in this first T20 international. Sri Lanka's set 24 of 16, playing well. Bandara's faced the same number of balls, just has 8. 2 overs each for Bhuvneshwar, Chahar, Deepak, that is, Krunal Pandya and Chakravarti, who's looked good in his first international match for India. His first over just going for 2 runs. Sri Lanka, though, started pretty well. Bit of improvisation from Minad Barnaka. Oscar Fernando as well looked good. That was the ball of the innings from Yuzi Chahal to get Dhananjaya de Silva. India have come back after a decent start by Sri Lanka, and this game is very much in the balance at the moment. Big swing from Bandara, he's struggling. 8 off 17. Don't forget, this is game 1 of a 3-match series, and they come thick and fast over 5 days. The next game in just a couple of days' time. On air at 7 o'clock. That is the Cred Power Play winner, Aniket. You guys could also get lucky like him. Just pay your bills on time. Big swing from Bandara. He just can't get going at the moment. Putting a lot of pressure on Sri Lanka at the moment.
Yeah, I think they're closer to 11 needed now for Sri Lanka. Needs someone to have a... You're right, Bandara at the moment struggling with his timing. Also a big game for Hardik Pandya. So at the moment struggling to find some form with the bat. Hasn't been great with the ball or just coming back from injury. Just for his confidence, just to have a couple of good overs here. Really, India on top at this moment.
Up and over the offside. 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 4. Hopes clearly resting with Sri Lanka. He looks in good form.
He's looked impressive, Sri Lanka, in the one-day series. And now here, when Sri Lanka are falling behind a little bit, it's a cracking shot. Has picked that off spinner, off cutter, slow ball. It's probably not the plan. Quick apology to the captain from the bowler. It's a good shot from Sri Lanka.
Could be an extra 2 as well. It is, he finds the gap perfectly with the 2 men on the leg side boundary. Let's take a look at the 3 wickets to fall. Started with Minod, just picked out Surya Kumar and cover. Krunal Pandya with the breakthrough. Then the Jaffa from Yuzi Chahal, big wicket that of Dhananjaya, and this perhaps an even bigger one of Avishka, who got going and then picked out Samson in the deep off Bhuvneshwar. Quick single. Pace off there from Hardik Pandya. Ajit, we saw Sri Lanka take pace off quite a lot towards the end of the innings. Is that the way to go, do you think, for the seamers?
I think very few options as well for Hardik Pandya at the moment. Doesn't really want to go to full or Yorker. It's a big ground, so try and batsman it to those big boundaries, square of the wicket. Has bowl into the pitch a little bit. That's why I was a little bit disappointed. He got hit over cover or wide mid off. Sri Lanka was touch too full.
Bowled him. Pace off again. Hardik Pandya has his first, and India have their 4th. Bandara's struggle is over.
Yeah, Bandara struggled. India's got their 4th. Hardik Pandya again into the pitch, slow ball. Just hoiks it across the line. Nothing short really in the end. Struggling for timing. Sri Lanka's lost another wicket. 90 for 4 now. Bandara gone for 9.
Batsman is the Sri Lankan captain Dasan Shanaka, averaging 16 in 43 innings in T20 internationals. Strike rate just 107, a couple of 50s as well. It's Sri Lanka on strike, and he goes big again to the leg side. Is it the same result? It is, this time a couple of yards further, right over Krunal Pandya's head.
This guy keeps impressing every time he's on strike. Here is the carom ball. It's a big boundary. Keeps stressing on it. It's a bit like Sanath Jayasuriya. Comfortably carries 83 meters that. Second time the first ball gone to the fence.
I think that'll just be a single. Let's have a look at that wicket then. Last ball of the previous over. In truth, might not be a bad thing for Sri Lanka. Bandara back in the pavilion. 9 off 19 balls. It was a tortuous innings. Good confidence builder for Hardik Pandya though.
You're right, could be a blessing in disguise for Sri Lanka. Still got some batting left. Shanaka, Karunaratne has been impressive. Asaranga, Qatar again. Batsman was clearly struggling. Actually work in Sri Lanka's favour this. It's been a good start to this over.
Good running. Chakravarti just under a bit of pressure, particularly when he's bowling at Sri Lanka. Take out those 2 sixes and his figures are fantastic. Bit of bounce for him there, but that's going to be the 100 up for Sri Lanka. It's taken them 13.5 overs, 65 needed off 37. Just under 11 and over. Really feels like we could be in for a grandstand finish here. Hard sweep again, this one flat and in the gap. 4 runs for Sri Lanka. 104 for 4. .14 off the previous over means Sri Lanka need just over 10 and over now, and they've got 6 wickets in hand. There's a strong argument for they being the favourites at this stage. They could or two, though, changes everything for sure.
Exactly the big over that they were looking for. Previous one of Chakravarti put pressure on the debutant. Sri Lanka himself a debutant in this game. Again, it's been some impressive batting from him. So Surya Kumar Yadav finding gaps. This guy's doing the same at the moment. Plenty of power to go with it.
See from the Sri Lankan bench that they believe really purposeful faces there. Haven't seen that too often on this tour. Oh, what a googly that is. Did not pick that.
Exceptional piece of bowling. Doesn't bowl too many of those. Could probably be the first one that he's bowled today. He's zipped through the surface.
Oh, top edge. Got a bit lucky. Didn't balloon up as it could have done. That sweep from Asalanka. Perhaps even his first full shot.
And enjoying the pace. Knows Asalanka is looking to attack the spin. Just that extra bounce. Slower in the air, making batsmen do all the work.
That one quicker. Still turns though. Good bowling.
Great bowling. Great 4 balls that this stage of the game. Suddenly from just over 10 it's gone to over 11 and over now. A good finish here, India. Has been exceptional today.
Just 2 from the first 5 balls. When it's this tight, one tight over can turn everything. Exactly what India needed after the previous over. See if Chahal can finish strong. Tosses that one up. Tight single, shy at the stumps. Oh, might have been close that. Just going to be 1. So Chahal's done. 107 for 4.
Really impressive stuff from Yuzvendra Chahal. You know, there's a lot of competition now for Chahal. You've got Varun Chakravarti in this game. Rahul Chahar had a good one-day, the last one. So I'm sure somewhere he must be feeling this kind of competition brewing around him. But what a performance today. That last over, still looking for wickets for his side. He could have easily bowled tight and finished with good economical numbers, but he was looking for wickets. And that's why he's been around for a long time, Yuzvendra Chahal.
Yeah, he's backing his strength, and he's always known to have a big heart. He doesn't, start going for those quicker ones or trying, dart them in. He's always willing to toss it up. Was he trying to warn him? No, I don't think so. Oh,
I don't think he was really taking any advantage. He was going with the bowler, wasn't he? Not a bad thing to do, just keep the batter on the defensive a little bit, gain an advantage of maybe a foot and a quick run. So Chahal 4 overs, 19 runs, 10 dot balls, 1 wicket. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar is showing his class as this experienced T20 bowler. Chahar. Now the test is for him now as he bowls at the business end. What did you think of Varun Chakraborty, Ajay?
I'm a huge fan of his kind of bowling in this format of the game. Probably not the best day that he's had on a cricket field. I can understand that. It's a first game. Playing for India, it's something that you always, wish and hope. And he's had a tough time. He's been on a tour. He was left out because of his fitness. So maybe a little nerves there. And to give credit to Lanka, I thought he picked him up a couple of times brilliantly. You take those couple of sixes out, he hasn't bowled a bad ball in that sense. But numbers don't do justice to what he's got.
I hope India just playing all the T20 internationals to get a good idea about Varun Chakraborty. I'm sure at some point Rahul Chahar might feature. Will be called wide. Chahar slightly off colour today.
Yeah, he didn't start off as well as you would have expected him to do today. Today being a heavy atmosphere where the ball has swung a lot more than the last 3 games. You expected him to do slightly better.
Where has this gone? Oh, straight to the fielder. Prithvi Shaw, I think it is. Takes the catch, and that's the wicket India wanted. Backed himself to clear that fielder in the deep. These boundaries are not short. It's a brilliant innings from Lanka, but India have finally got through.
Chahar there takes the pace off, and as you mentioned, huge boundaries. In spite of middling that one, still about a 5 yard short. And this time, they don't make a mistake. That looks, if looks could kill, those are the looks.
When you look at his strike rate, what a contribution from Lanka. So building on his reputation, we've certainly got a player in Lanka. 44 of 26, strike rate of 169. It's 111 for 5. Sixteenth over, and this is looking like India's game now. But the set Charit Lanka has gone 44 of 26. He too carried his form from the one-dayers into the T20 international, just like Surya Kumar Yadav. Short ball from Chahar. So Wanindu Hasaranga is the new batter in.
This is the reason that he's in. Takes pace off, bowls that slow one. Deep. Nice catch that. Yeah, the disappointment there because he middled that. He thought he'd cleared the ground. It's a huge boundary on that side, especially when you don't have that pace on that ball. It's that much tougher to get it out of the ground.
Very smart bowling from Deepak Chahar, which is no surprise. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and Chahar, two very intelligent. Oh, gone! It's gone through this time. He reacts. All pumped up is Deepak Chahar. It's a couple of wickets in this over, and he's brought India right back into a very strong position, getting the wicket of Lanka, and then this.
Yeah, this one different. Seam gets that outside edge. It's the first ball that he's faced. He's not been in there for long, but there's nothing much you can do when you walk in at this stage. On for a block. 1-1-1 for 6, Sri Lanka.
Didn't get a big score on the board, India, but they're making it count, and seems like they're within touching distance of a win in the series. So this is a guy that has impressed one and all. Chamika Karunaratne, bowling all-rounder, bats down the order at number 8 and 9, but a couple of excellent contributions in the one day. Has got a 40 and a 30. And like Hasaranga, his temperament, the most impressive feature.
It's different today. He's always had a little time to settle down, and he had to see the innings through. Today when he walks in, he doesn't have much time. It's 12.96 the required rate, and only 25 balls to do it. See a new side of him.
They're going to push the second. They might just get it. End of the over, 113 for 6. It's looking good for India. One day series was won by India, but the second one was really because of Deepak Chahar's heroics with the bat. So it was a much closer fought series than you would think. India lost the third. Seems like they're all set to win this one. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, this is what he's done millions of times for any T20 side that he's played. Bowling the 17th, 19th or the 18th and 20th. Captain still out there, Dasu Shanaka. So Deepak Chahar getting that crucial wicket of Charit Ashalanka. So he took the pace off, but more importantly, the angle was wide outside the off stump. He kept it away from Ashalanka, who was going leg side every time. So along with, as you mentioned, taking the pace off, he also bowled it wide to Ashalanka and then pitched it up to a batter who I guess he had read was going to slog the next one, second ball that he faced. Get a single. Taken on the full, and enough bat on that one. That's going to be 6. Yorker that went wrong, but what a shot this. Granted, it's a full toss, but not easy. Put those away.
Yeah, if he was expecting something else, and he got a bonus there, and he rightly said it. They're not easy to put away because you're not expecting it to be a full toss. You're thinking about everything else. Slow one, Yorker. Sometimes the batsman could be surprised. In this case, it was right in the slot.
Get a single. It's a good cricketer, Dasu Shanaka. Batting all-rounder. Tends to under-bowl himself. Even today, he was very economical, but didn't bowl much. I think just the 1 over, not 2.
And probably bats down the order as well, because if he comes in a little early, responsibility. They were at one stage in a good position. We needed somebody to just move it around. Those are the lengths Bhuvneshwar Kumar has bowled today. And that white dot that you see is when he picked up that Avishka's wicket.
Now this is up to the umpire. Now well done, Dharmasena. That's really a former cricketer thinking. He made that movement outside the off stump, and this may be technically a wide down the leg side. Because he had gone so far outside off, the umpire allowed that. He was a bowler himself, wasn't he, Dharmasena?
And a fine bowler too. Bowlers, when they're umpires, it's a different opinion they have.
Onto the stumps. One more wicket for India. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar keeps it simple outside the off stump, bottom edge onto the stumps. And Karuna Ratna is gone, and seems like the hope's gone as well now for Sri Lanka.
And once again takes the pace off, keeps him away from the batsman. Not many choices that the batsman has at this stage. Drags it in. 3 is all that he could get. 122 for 7. Dana's walked in. He's got a tough task ahead. Only 18 balls left to score those 43 runs, and he's just walked out of that dressing room. .19 is the average, but the strike rate, he can do damage, but does he have enough time? Because the best of 84. So he's got ability to bat, and he can strike it really well. It's just that, does he have enough time?
Should be a long off there to stop that one. Deepak Chahar, the fielder. So Varun Chakrabarti has been brought in the 18th over. This is an interesting play from India. Last wicket. So this is Bhuvaneshwar Kumar's first wicket in the death since August 2019.
A welcome wicket as well for him. Didn't have the best one-day series. He only played a couple. Ah, was that?
Look, Ajay, I know you're backing Varun Chakrabarti as a player, but appealing for him from the commentary box is taking it a bit too far.
Apologies.
You don't have to apologize.
I thought it was pretty straight. Maybe the height, that's the only thing there. Like you said, it's interesting that if you have a Chakrabarti in your side, you could use him this way as well. That's why I think he's an asset. He could be used in the power play, he could be used in the middle of the innings, which didn't go well for him. But you have the confidence to bring him on in the 18th over as well.
A point well made. He's got so many facets to his bowling. Can be economical, can be wicket taking. Looked like something that was going down the leg side. You can see the keeper also starting to move. There's that other variation. Now, is that a stumping? Ishan Kishan has nonchalantly walked towards the bowler. He thinks the batter is out. And he looks a little deflated.
TV umpire director.
Dashwin Shanaka, the man likely to be ruled stumped out.
It's a fair delivery. Can you just take me to the front on spin vision, please? Ball is, clearly away from the bat. Can you give me the side on angle for the stumping, please? Okay, take it back, slow. Okay, roll forward. Okay, satisfied, back foot. Yeah, and I made my decision.
Still pending.
Out.
He's set out, and there it comes on the screen. Dashwin Shanaka has to walk back. It wasn't so much about quick stumping, it was about stumping at that right moment when the foot was in the air. So Shanaka gone for 16. It's 124 for 8.
Dushant Chamira is the man who's walking in with a task which is really tough. And the reason why he's in is because this is what happened. Keep an eye on the wicket keeper. Had he grabbed it earlier and had he been quicker, maybe he would have been not out. It's just that he took his own sweet time and it timed it perfectly.
Good point, Ajay. We had seen a Dhoni kind of collection sweep shot. It's got a turn. Yeah, well done. Hardik Pandya, the fielder. Yeah, let's have a look at that replay again from side on. It's fascinating. There's one shot there as well. Yeah, quick stumping at this stage. His foot was inside, but he collected it a little behind the stumps. And when he brought it back, luck would have it, the foot was in the air. With MS, you can just imagine him collecting it a lot closer and then keeping an eye on the foot. The moment it went up, he would whip the bails off. He was just a bit too smart. Smarter than most of the cricketing world.
Kumar, it's a short run.
Good call by the umpires. They called it on the field with that short run. It's good to see Varun Chakravarti in the game, Ajay.
Yes, he may not have had the greatest of the days, but for day one at international cricket, he's had a good start to his career.
Beats the batter again. 18 overs gone. 125 for 8.
Varun Chakravarti. 4 overs, 1 for 28. 9 dot balls, economy of 7. Normally a newcomer would be happy with that, but the expectations that I had, I thought maybe just take a couple of deliveries out that as Lanka managed to hit him over the grounds. He's still done well because he's shown that he's got the ability, he's got the temperament. Maybe I'm looking at it from a fan's point of view when I look at him, because he's totally different from anybody else that you get to see.
And you can see how KKR have treated him, because they've left out Kuldeep Yadav for him. There have been occasions that Sunil Narayan has been left out. Now, is that a big enough hit? No, sir. Surya Kumar Yadav gets another one. Isuru Udana. He's got a 15 T20 international, but not tonight. And well done to India. They're wrapping this one up quite comfortably. Takes the pace off again and once again keeps it away from the bat.
This would do well for Bhuvneshwar Kumar's confidence as well. He's a man that you want him to get back that confidence, because he can play a role for India. He's got a huge experience. Isru Udana in this case just scored 125 for 9. Akila Dhananjay is the last man in. Strike rate, nothing to write home about. Average, nothing great. 11 is his best. 40 is what they need off 11 balls. I doubt that even if it wasn't for him, anybody else walking in at this stage, there's not much you could do.
What about Pollard? Because I'm seeing Akila Dhananjay and I'm remembering a game that he had. I mean, it's just unimaginable that he can get a hat-trick in that same game and also get hit for 36 runs in that game. That's left-handed. It's off the mark. We're in the 19th over. Big fan of Olympics, watching the games. Ajay, watching the rowing, the hockey.
There's a bit of table tennis. It's live and exclusive. Great sporting extravaganza. Hum honge kamyab. Mirabai has been kamyab with that silver medal. I saw a little bit of table tennis, and both those young girls fought back. They were down and out, but they fought back and won their games.
It's gone high up in the air, but maybe not too long. This is another simple catch. Kunal Pandya takes it, and that's the end of that. So Bhuvneshwar Kumar got his first wicket, the first one that he got His first wicket in the death after August 2019, but he's got 2 more after that and finishes with 4 for 22. So in the end, a comfortable win. Didn't get too many runs on the board, but the bowling was more than adequate. Varun Chakrabarti, one of the 2 debutants, then Prithvi Shaw was the other. Shikhar Dhawan has another victory under his belt. Dravid, the coach, walks down to greet his players. It's a winning start for India. Winning by 38 runs, and in T20s, that's a massive margin. Surya Kumar Yadav, another good innings. Could have been disappointed that he got out at the stage that he did, because after that the innings didn't really take off. But in the end, 164 was more than enough. We've got 3 T20s. Sanju Samson, I thought, played really well, but again missed out on maybe a big score when there was plenty of time and overs left. Played some brilliant shots, as it does. Customary handshakes go on. I thought Chahal was superb today. There's increased competition for him, but today he showed that he was the better of the 2 leg spinners that played. Rahul Chahar at some stage may feature. Chahal will have to keep showing that he's way ahead of the others' potential. So India winning the 2 of the 3 phases. The last one was a big win, I guess. 6 wickets down, just 19 runs. The match summary of the first T20 International. Lost the toss, India got 164 for 5. Surya Kumar top scored with 50. And in the end, that proved to be more than enough. Winning by 38 runs, 4 for 22 for Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Couple of vital wickets from Deepak Chahar. Charit Ashalanka's was a crucial wicket at the stage. Krunal Pandya bowled 2, Hardik Pandya 2. The Pandya brothers completing the 4 in between themselves. So India have registered their first win in this 3-match series, and I'm guessing they'll play almost a similar side in the next one before they'll experiment again, I guess, in that 3rd T20 International. So good news for Indian fans from the Premadasa. India have started on a winning note. We'll take a break. Extra innings when we come back.
India's Tour of England starts 4th August on Sony Live. Subscribe now. Sony Live's coverage co-presented by Acco Insurance, Betway, Vimal Ilaichi. The biggest sporting event ever deserves the widest coverage ever. Enjoy the power to select your own Olympics experience. Relive the greatest moments in the language of your choice. New legends are coming. Watch them emerge. Don't miss a single moment of Tokyo 2020 with the widest coverage of the Olympic Games on Sony Live. Subscribe now. Sony Live's coverage co-presented by JSW. Partner MPL. Fan ban jaoge.
Hi Richa.
Hi Rishi.
I got 90% in chemistry. आप डेट पे चलोगे मेरे साथ? I'll pay you.
No. What?
No. I mean, you pay me.
Lucky. Hey, poker boy.
I am ma'am. किसी के पास अगर पैसे ना हो तो आप उनसे बात नहीं करोगे?
बिल्कुल नहीं.
अगर किसी के पास कोई बात करने वाला भी ना हो तो?
मैं के बाद अपना नाम बोलिए.
मैं के बाद अपना नाम बोलिए.
मैं के बाद रानी जी अपना नाम.
मैं रानी भारती.
समझे हीमा बाबू साथ कहने रखते थे.
अछूत रखूंगी.
अक्षुन
छुन.
रानी भारती गूंगी गुड़िया बन के हर फैसले पे और लगाएगी बस.
तुझे पता है इंडिया में सबसे ज्यादा क्या मैन्युफैक्चर होता है? सीमेंट, स्टील, हीरोज और भगवान. आज का कॉमन आदमी कल का हीरो बन सकता है. आज का हीरो कल का भगवान बन सकता है.
केसी मतलब अरशद मेहता.
मेहताना राजमा मार्केट मजामा.
India have gone 1-0 up in the three-match T20 International Series. They have beaten Sri Lanka by 38 runs, which perhaps doesn't tell the full story. At one point, the tourists might have been slightly worried. Sri Lanka going quite well through Asalanka, but the Indian death bowling really came through. Bhuvneshwar in particular finished with 4 wickets. This is the Sri Lankan card. Asalanka played really well, 44 off 26. They were 90 for 3 heading into the 14th over, but they were 36 for 7 after that. He didn't receive much support. Only 4 batsmen getting to double figures: Savishka, Minod, Asalanka and Shanaka. The wickets were spread around. Everyone picked up at least 1. Bhuvneshwar picked up 4 valuable wickets for him right at the death. 4 for 22. Deepak Chahar really broke things open in the 16th over with 2 big wickets, Asalanka and then Hasaranga. Chakravarti picked up his first international wicket and at times looked very dangerous. Chahal as well had an excellent day. 4 overs, 1 for 19 for the veteran leg spinner. All in all, a pretty good day for India. They win the first game by 38 runs. Sanjay Manjrekar and Sabah Karim with me in the studio, and that's a big win in the end, isn't it? 38 runs, but at one stage it was looking like it might be a bit closer than that.
Yeah, 38 runs is big in T20 cricket. That's a big margin. With the bat, India would have been a little worried that they didn't get into the territory of 180, 190, because that is what you expect from this kind of a batting lineup. Average score is about 160, so they got an average score. And may have been a little worried with the batting form of Sri Lanka in the last 2 one-dayers. But when it mattered, when Sri Lanka had to accelerate, they didn't have too many batters who could do that. And in the end, India, prevailed.
Just got a little taste of Sabah Karim in the interval. We're going to get the full thing now, just to tease the viewers. How good was that death bowling from India?
I think very economical, yes, but high on efficacy, Matt, because that's what you need from your death ball bowlers. So you had Deepak Chahar, he picked up a couple of wickets, then Bhuvi, very essential for India's plans going to the World Cup, very important for him to pick up some important wickets, which he did very well. And I think Varun Chakravarti, although he picked only 1 wicket, but he does hold a lot of promise. Wonderful to watch Yuzi Chahal, the way he was able to use his subtle variations to stem the run rate and also pick up wickets at the right time for India.
Really good effort with the ball by India, particularly at the end. Let's have a look at the turning point. Quite an obvious turning point today. The wicket of Charit Asalanka. At that point, Sanjay, did you feel it was 50-50 this game?
No, maybe still India's game, but Asalanka was going to be the big threat. He wasn't quite getting the support from the other end. So it was a turning point, not provided by the turning ball, but by a medium pacer who bowled it slowly and wisely kept it away outside the off stump, because, Asalanka was carting everything on the onside. So this is a ball that was wisely bowled outside the off stump, just couldn't get enough power, and you can see how heartbreaking that was for Sri Lanka.
Yeah, we saw a few slower balls, didn't we, from the seamers towards the end. It seemed like pace off really was the way to go.
Yeah, I think that is the way to take it forward, because that's where perception comes in. You need to understand the nature of the wicket, to bring in those variations. I think all the 2 seam bowlers, plus Hardik Pandya, they were able to understand the nature of the surface and bowl those slow deliveries, the off cutters, the leg cutters, and all of them proved so beneficial for India.
Also, if they would have wanted to have pace, I don't think that was possible, because they don't have anybody like a Chamira in the side. Yeah. So you have Chahar and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and Hardik also. Nobody's getting into the late 130s or 140s.
Plus change in length also, Sanjay, isn't it? I think that's also very important. Bhuvi, at times, the past, some games they struggle to find the right length because of more so for his Yorkers. But today I thought he's trying to regain his old form.
How about the spinners? They played their part as well.
Chahal, I thought, bowled the best we've seen so far. He played in a couple of one-days, I think, but he was good. But today he showed his class. I guess he knows that there's some competition that's brewing around him. So this was a Chahal who was trying to show the pretenders that, is still the master of this trade. I thought he bowled superbly. There was a bit of bite in the way he bowled, and he was clearly the superior spinner among these two, to be fair to Varun Chakraborty. But this is what Chahal will have to keep doing till the selection happens, because there's a Rahul Chahar coming there, there's a Varun Chakraborty, and then he's got to keep beating them and proving to the selector that he's ahead of these two.
Yeah, arguably the most interesting part of this India battle to get into the World Cup squad, isn't it, is the spinners. There are just so many options and they can't all go to the UAE. Do Sri Lanka at the moment look like a side? I know they won the third ODI, but they probably should have won the second game as well. Just when the pressure is put on, they're just lacking the confidence to get through those moments.
One expected a better performance from Sri Lanka because the way they played the last two ODIs, second ODI, they almost won that game, and the third ODI was a remarkable win from Sri Lanka. So yes, to some extent they would be disappointed with this kind of a performance. And one noticed certain frailties, again in the middle overs or by the middle order batters, and that cannot be good for a side that is trying to rebuild. And I think this was a great opportunity for them to chase this score.
Right, let's hear from both of the captains, shall we, at the presentation. The first one of this T20 series is Murali Kartik.
A comfortable victory for India in the end in this first Coin DCX T20 International against South Africa. Welcome to the post-match presentation. Before I kick-start it, Sri Lankan Cricket would like to thank the following official sponsors: Coin DCX, Dream 11, Skoda, Royal Stag, Hero, Kajaria, Herbalife, Astral Tanks, MP Birla Cement, Unacademy, MediBuddy, Incredible India and ITW. First up, the Coin DCX Trusted Player of the Match. He receives a check of USD 1,500 and a trophy, and it goes to Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Wonderful figures, 4 for 22. He's been the lead bowler for India for a while. Bhuvi, enjoyed your outing out there?
Definitely I did. Most importantly, what I wanted to execute, it happened. So, I mean, that's the most important thing for me.
We've changed the kind of speeds you've been bowling in the last two games. Is that something which you've been working at? Because during the ODIs it was something different and now it's something different?
Could be the rhythm. I mean, I played ODIs after a couple of months, so I think you need a couple of matches to get into the rhythm. But like I said, execution was really important for me today, and maybe because of the rhythm, speed gone up.
What did you think of the conditions when you were bowling?
I think it was a good batting wicket on seamers because there was a bit of swing up front, but they went after us. That's when we pulled our lengths back. But especially for spinners, when you toss up, it's difficult to bat on.
Which was the wicket which you enjoyed the most?
All 4 wickets.
Thanks for your time, Bhuvi, and really well bowled.
Thank you so much.
Man of the match, the Coin DCX Trusted Player of the Match, in fact, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Now can I request Dasun Shahnaka to come and have a chat with us, please? Dasun, you wanted to bat second. You had your wish, but did you think 164 was good enough target to chase?
Yeah, I think 164 is chaseable in this wicket. The dot ball pressure in the middle period took the game away from us. I think bowlers up front started really well. So I think our batsmen have done a bit more better than this.
Where did you think it went wrong?
I think actually DDS wicket and Ashen Bandara wickets cost the game mostly because they could have carried the momentum towards the end. So there were enough middle order batsmen to finish up the game.
Your team rallied hard in the second and the third ODI, which you won. And did you feel that the momentum was on your side coming into this game?
Yeah, actually, I thought bowlers did an amazing job in this wicket. I felt that it's a chaseable target. Right momentum is there on us. So I hope that in the next game, boys will come out and do better than this.
Happy with the debutants today?
Yeah, very much happy with them because I knew the potential with them. So I'm really proud the way they played today.
Thanks for your time, Dasun, and best of luck in the rest of the games. Cheers. Dasun Shahnaka, the Sri Lankan captain. Now it's time for the Coin DCX match winner, who receives a check of rupees $2,000, which will be collected by the winning captain, which is Shikhar Dhawan. Shikhar, at the toss, you knew that you could post a target. Were you happy with 164?
I thought that we were 10-15 runs short, but we knew that it was a good fighting total though.
Was it a question of playing the middle overs better?
I feel that